Hello there, everybody. How's it going?
Good morning.
Pretty good.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Yeah, so we, as you can see on tonight's show, we got Jaffo joining us here tonight. How's it going there, Jaffo?
Pretty good. How about you?
Doing all right. Working with just a little bit of a headache here. Had a
Okay.
4th of July party last night. Beer
I thought
pong was involved.
I thought you weren't.
Um,
I thought you
what's
weren't.
that?
We're gonna be sober this. I thought you were gonna be sober this stream.
Well, I'm sober now, but I've just got this little nagging, a little headache right there. It's just like a little one. Um, Yeah, last week, did we have a stream last week?
Yes, we did. You were drunk.
I know we did it. You lie. Lies, fake news. No, but yeah, everything's going good here. We had a nice little party last night. There's a guy out here. He's originally from Pittsburgh. Him and his missus, they have a farm, and they've renovated like this old Japanese house. It was all torn down. And they've got this whole farm started up. They've got wheat fields. They've got all kinds of plants and stuff that they grow there. And so they hosted the party last night. So we were all decked out in our American gear. What's up there, Sully? How you doing?
I'm on your case. I'm in your face. Put you, your father, back in place. Step off, sucker. Understand? Don't you know? I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm so bad. I should be in detention. I'm the man. Anthrax, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all?
Hey, how's it going?
Alive. Amazingly.
Alive.
I love hot
I
moms.
love hot moms. Are you hungover, James? How you feeling?
Yes. I'm. Well, I got just a little bit of a headache right here. Last night we played beer pong.
Nice.
And yeah, and I think yeah, we went through our supplies fairly quickly and actually had to go get more. It was one of those nights we had hot dogs and taco salad and all kinds of good food and lots of Kirin, Asahi, that kind of stuff.
Great picture of James looking like the Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Exactly. It's funny that I
wonderful.
was like, we're gonna put on some like American gear. Do we have anything here? And then next thing you know, we're pulling out these crazy glasses.
Funny you mentioned that, James. It's produced right across the Sea of Japan. It's just hop, skip, and a jump away on mainland China. They make all that shit. So you're very close to the source of where that stuff's made.
They usually got their name on the back of the product. That or India.
How's everyone doing today, gentlemen?
I'm doing okay. Jaffo.
Swell, I'm doing pretty good.
Awesome.
I've got fresh made Pop-Tarts from my wife's bakery. That's what I'll be having.
Pop-Tarts sound good.
Here, let me let's see if I can. They're gonna be. You can't see them in color, but because
your rolls in black and white.
Yeah,
that's all right. Ooh, so let's guess that flavor. I'm gonna go with cinnamon.
No, blueberry.
Nice.
Oh.
And then this one is strawberry.
Nice. Lovely jubbly.
So yeah,
good morning to you there, JT.
Hi, everyone in the chat. Hey, JT. Hey, Lola.
Yeah,
Low Spec. Hey, you Barmy. How's everyone?
Woo! I was just saying.
I'm thinking.
We have to have a drinking game today. We have to drink every time one says the word Paul. Okay, are you ready?
I've got something ready to go here.
Oh, good.
Got my hair of the dog.
I got a bottle of vodka. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, speaking about Paul.
Drink.
Wait. You guys, did you guys see the new Dune trailer?
Yes.
No, I haven't seen the trailer because
really good.
The less I see, the more I want. I'm a Christmas Day kind of kid, so it's just like, I want to be surprised. Yeah, it was Star Wars that actually changed my mind on spoilers and trailers. It was Episode 1. Because if I didn't see Darth Maul whip out that double-sided lightsaber like that when the doors open, I would have lost my shit like a child. Because that was a good setup payoff. They spoiled that coolness. You know what I mean? They ignited both sides of the lightsaber.
Yeah.
They should have saved that for the movie. Thank you.
Oh my God! I'm looking at the picture right now
Of Paul
no,
Muad'Dib.
of James in his American.
Oh, the American.
I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Those are good
Yankee
pants.
Doodle. I love it. I love the glasses. I love the.
Yeah, we were all American decked out.
Yeah.
Oh, here I'll share it with everybody here.
You should have
All of us.
painted your fingernails and toenails blue to offset your hair. You could have been like
What's
red,
up?
white, and blue.
Hey.
there.
What is up? Have you heard he has risen?
Yep, I have.
I brought cookies. I got Italian
go.
cookies. Oh, there he is.
And I've even got the thin blue line. It's funny. I've got this thin blue line shirt that somebody bought me here in Japan.
Nice.
Like, okay.
Really?
Do they know what that means?
No.
No, they don't.
No, I don't. So it's like
It's
I bought me
it's,
a thin, I was like,
it's
okay.
like it's like with everybody else. With everybody else who sees the Punisher nowadays, they're like, "Oh, that's a really cool symbol." But Marvel's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's right, ring separatists."
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm not going to agree to that. I'll agree that
Just
they're
not.
being wussies, but
Yeah.
wussies.
Oh,
Yeah,
speaking about Dune on the Xbox.
I'll talk about Dune all fucking day.
yeah, dude. That trailer gave me goosebumps, man. Seen
Yeah.
it like 3 times.
on
Good.
on the Xbox Gaming Showcase.
Uh-huh.
They had a trailer for Flight Simulator. Now, a couple of years ago,
With or without Allah Akbar.
when they had
Ah,
Sorry, Chrissy Mara just popped up in my soul for a second.
yeah.
when they release
Miracle.
Flight Simulator, they actually had a DLC for Top Gun Maverick because it was coming out that year. And this year they're going to release a Dune version of Flight Simulator.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you're gonna be using those like dragonfly flying those dragonfly.
Oh, the flopters. What are they called?
Yeah.
Flopters.
Whatever it
I
is.
can't remember the name. Yeah.
Ornithopter?
Ornithopter.
Thank
Is
you.
that correct? Is it?
Correct.
I don't. I'm not
You
saying I am.
I don't
correct.
I don't
You are
know.
correct.
Okay.
If we had a nerd cookie,
cookies?
yeah, nerd cookies on here, she'd be able to tell you.
What?
Uh,
The flying craft of Dune?
Yeah, she
It's called
is.
it's called an ornithopter. It's because it's orny is the Latin prefix for like the bird, and so so it's just it flies by like with bird wings or
Yeah.
flapping wings.
They fly
They're
now.
orny. They
Yeah.
fly now.
Yeah, they fly now.
They
Yeah,
fly now. They
the-
fly now.
The thing is about I saw like her reaction to the
trailer?
to the trailer. Yeah, she just, even though she has like this monotone voice, she still sounds so excited about it.
Yeah, the new trailer. There's a lot of great parts about it that I think are just like the color as well. Just the visual, the Harkonnens, the pure like it's Jaffo's screen basically. The Harkonnens' homeworld is
Yeah,
Jaffo's screen. It's just black and white. It is
Yeah.
really freaky.
Oh,
cool.
okay.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
also got to see Fade for the first time.
Yes. Yeah.
Not
And-
fade away.
and the Emperor, Christopher Walken,
Yes.
the Emperor.
Yeah.
I told him he could spend the rest of his life in a pain amplifier.
Well,
Love
speaking.
it.
Well, before we get too much into Dune, I just wanted to say,
Hello.
just to introduce our Jaffo. He's
Just another flight officer? No,
Yes.
just another
Something
observer.
like that. We'll go with
and
that.
yeah, we were talking backstage about a bit of his work there, and I thought it'd be nice to kind of share what he's doing. And he's if I'm correct, you're doing some work behind the scenes for some other YouTubers there.
Yeah.
I'll let you decide whether or not you want to talk about that. But what should we call it? I know that you did the design for Culture Casino's cap, right?
Oh, you
Was
mean
it called-
Tox?
or toxic scab. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's got like this kind of pattern thing going on. Yeah,
I
yeah,
also
yeah.
did the logo he had for a while, the male symbol with the
Right,
radioactive or toxic in the middle. I did a 3D version of it, and I did a 2D version of it. And I
Oh,
did
very
some
cool.
recent versions of it. I can probably pull them up that he may want to put on a shirt, although I don't
All right.
know if I should be shown. We haven't discussed
yeah.
whether we haven't
Yeah, yeah.
discussed if they should be shown, but
Right. They might want to
he'd
keep that behind
probably
the
be
scenes.
fine. He'd probably be fine with it. He's not particularly like, it's
Right.
just a matter of if he could make a shirt with it or something like that.
I hear you.
So,
Oh, Angry. Hello there. How you doing? Yeah. So Jaffo, you've been well. We were just talking behind the scenes a bit about like pricing and commission work and how that kind of stuff works, and it's just you know, I think one of the things that was like when you're doing digital work and you're talking like, oh, I'm doing a poster that's this size or this size, you know, I mean,
yeah.
does it really matter? You know what I mean? Because you can make something that's like, I think when it comes to that kind of stuff, it's basically maybe you got to go with all digital stuff. You just go hourly rate.
That's
what I mean?
that's what I've thought. Like,
I think that probably works best for digital because you can make
Yeah.
something that's this big and you can print it out if it's high resolution to some
if you know
like
if
gigantic
if
size.
you know what you're
Yeah.
doing, you can print it
Yeah.
effectively at any size.
Yeah, exactly. That's why for physical media, analog for physical media, yeah, definitely you're going by size because that's going to require more. But
I would say
yeah, when it comes
size, materials too. Like you brought up
materials too,
oils.
yep,
Oils
yep.
matter. Like if I was to go back to say like printmaking, like
Yep.
an idea, like I'll just put this out there. Not that I think it'll ever happen. I mean, who knows? Maybe it could happen. But like,
Right.
I would love to see like a page from like an Ethan Van Sciver graphic novel made as like a 18 by 24 print, like an etching. Like
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah,
you could
definitely.
just photo etch it onto a plate and properly etch it and then run it through a press, and you got like, you pick a page and you just got one page that's an awesome poster. So
Yeah, definitely.
and because something that people aren't familiar with printmaking is printmaking. So it's fundamentally it's basically embossment, because what you get is you have like a copper plate and then you etch into it and then you have to soak paper and run it through a press. You know this.
Right.
But just in case people are listening and they have never taken a class or anything. And then usually when you do that, the paper, the cotton rag paper, it's usually used, Japanese use rice papers. And I have some images. I can probably find some where I've used both. But it's pretty hard when taking an image of it to capture the embossment component from photo. Even if you scan it, like even if you do a high-res scan, you don't get that. But when you are effectively have like your copper plates, like a mini bas relief. And then basically when you print it, your ink sits above the rest of the surface of the paper. So when you look at an actual print, it's a very different dynamic than looking at most other mediums, even if they're graphic, just because the ink, even if it's subtle, it just sits right on top of the surface of the rest of the paper. So
yeah, it's another it's again, be something that would be I was just because we were talking about this I think a couple of shows ago, because I don't remember last week. Sorry about that, guys, but I tried my best. But I think we were talking a couple of weeks ago.
Don't
about
worry, you videotaped it.
Oh geez.
It
it's on
YouTube.
It's on YouTube. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh, whatever. Cecil's done worse. So if I ever think I've done something bad, I'd say, yeah, Cecil's done worse. So I'm okay. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, like just interweaving the two mediums of physical, analog and digital, right? So there's this course I'm actually going to be taking, done by an Argentinian artist, where they incorporate both digital and physical together with their pieces, and just a really way to make it seem seamless and smooth and work together. But there's just so many mediums out there to work with. But speaking of your prints, let's take a look. You were showing us some of your prints earlier that are really nice, so I'm going to throw them up on stream if you want to talk about them.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
And if you guys have any questions in the chat or here in the panel, just throw them at them.
Yeah. This is an art stream. We embrace art. I love
Yeah.
art.
So I guess, I mean, I can talk about my work, or like what I did for a long time, but just for fun, I guess I'll kind of rip myself apart a little. But I've been every once in a while, if I don't really know what to draw, I always kind of go back to things like comics. So
Oh, yeah.
like I did like, and a lot of times I do my own like wallpaper for my computer, and I was trying to do a Batman wallpaper, and I don't think it worked. Like I just don't think
That's you.
Yeah, I don't think this works. Like it just doesn't work. So like
Dude, that's amazing.
It's just Batman sitting on like some painterly crap. I don't know. Like I don't know
No,
what
it's
the fuck to do
Batman
with it.
walking down a concrete hallway in the middle
So,
of
but
Gotham.
like,
Yeah,
and then
that's
obviously
great.
like, so this is something I've been working on for culture, like I mentioned before. And like I said, the goal is kind of something like James Bond posters. So,
Right.
And then this is something else for talks that's in progress. So these are things I like my original start, and then this one also is for talks.
Yes, I
So,
see this one. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know who's seen what, but like I've tried like I'm doing something for comics, and I'm gonna try something different where I'm going to use the character that Tox uses, his VTube avatar, and I'm going to put it on a body. But I was trying to like create its own body, and it just didn't work because he likes the idea of like the like for some of what he wants, he likes the idea of like muscle cars and maybe I'm just being too literal, but like I'm like, well, how does that? How do I have a floating flu thing drive a Mustang? Like it doesn't have hands. Like
part of force, man.
But part of what makes someone look cool in a car is like they're coolly driving along and they got their hands on the wheel. Like I'm like, what do I do with a floating thing with like nodules coming off of its head? So like I created this
something like the brain from Ninja Turtles or something.
Yeah, so I basically just created like a weird character that effectively it's like Mike Rakowski from
Monsters
like,
Inc. Yeah,
it's basically what it was, but instead of having a giant eye, it's just a mouth. So
maybe some Cthulhu elements of tentacles.
Yeah, I thought of that. I originally tried doing variations, and it originally started off as a hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. And then this was the only one that was somewhat successful. So I just kind of ran with it. But yeah, I guess we were talking about my stuff. So like, I don't know. So here, like this, I showed you guys this earlier. I
like the horse head because sometimes artists mess up horses' heads very easily. I like horses.
Like that?
There was next to it. It would look at the profile of a horse, like the.
There's several. Horse is a subject I like.
Go. Yeah, there we go.
So yeah, I just I draw them a lot. I mean, I grew up with horses, so they're just a common subject matter for me. I grew up around a lot of animals when I was a kid. For a brief while, I moved around a lot. I lived in Vegas, and one of my friends, his dad was really wealthy, and he lived next to the flying trapeze act for Ringling Barnum Brothers Bailey. So
wow.
We used to get access to like what they would do, and then sometimes see the animals. We've had a wide variety of our own animals throughout my whole life. So
you grew up next to the Flying Graysons, didn't you? If you're a Batman fan.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. Like, no.
Just kidding.
No,
that's a joke.
No.
That's a comic book. That's a comic book joke.
That's Robin. Yeah,
that's
correct.
Robin, yeah.
I just didn't catch it initially, but yeah, I knew it was Robin. I was like, no, they weren't the Graysons. What was their name? And then I was like, oh no, no, he's talking about Batman. So, but yeah, it's just like, I don't know. That was me being a bit pulpy, I suppose, at my time. But yeah, a lot of my images are I don't know, that like I was telling them, they're very much influenced by like a combination of like various different approaches to art. So like ancient, more like older methods.
A lot of them also remind me of something that you might see from a Renaissance artist sketchbook or something of the sort. You know, where they have they're like unfinished like figures, or they're doing like figure studies or some kind of like anatomy studies in their sketchbook, or they've done a print of it or something like that. You see a lot of similarities with that kind of stuff.
Kind of like you see something out of Da Vinci's sketchbook.
Yeah.
He was a pretty big influence, as I'm sure he is on many people when they are studying drawing and want to perfect their craft of drawing, especially when I was fairly new to it back in my late teens. So yeah, like that's just sort of like, I guess you could say, the older stuff. And again, these are all like etchings. So these are all
very cool.
These are all prints. I think this is like a 9x12 or something like that.
Now, were you doing dry point, or were you doing
no, I would usually just do like traditional etching. I might do a little bit of dry point, but my typical image, I even would etch
you're doing
very
intaglio.
Yeah, I would do it very unconventionally too. Like you could see the plate would you would get what's known as like
where you get like where the plates get like eaten away.
So this right here, this along the edge, if you can see my mouse, this stuff right here behind the neck, this is what's known as like foul bite. And foul bite is when the ground on the plate, so the ground is just what's called, also referred to as your acid resist. And then what I would do is I would put my I would put my plates in a very, very, very weak bath. So like something like this would take, where most people would make their print and they would probably etch it in like, an hour, or, if they etched it really deep, it might be like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and they would use like a really strong acid. So like think of something like a ratio of like 4:1. So like 4 parts water, 1 part acid, something like that. They'll do that kind of thing. I'm doing mine as like a 20 or a 25:1. Technically we used a barometer. That's how I would measure it at the time. And I would try and get a different gauge, but basically I would make a very weak bath, and then my plates would etch over days. And then as they would etch, I would pull them out and continue to draw them. So then my line I would have deep line, I would have shallower line, and I would get a different variety of line. And then also the foul bite would start to happen, and then you'd see I'd come in and like I would paint like, like very similar to like what you might think you would see on like cave paintings in walls or something.
Right. Some kind of like,
I was just reveling in the process of printmaking, and I was just kind of responding to it. Like I said, I tend to be pretty introspective, but I don't think my work is about me. Like that doesn't interest me. It's kind of boring. I was mostly interested in things that I knew and things that I was trying to respond to. And a lot of that had more to do with like human nature, as opposed to being me specifically. And again, I started out in animation. So while I wasn't strictly trying to, I don't think I made any commitment on it one way or the other, but having grown up in animation, I was very influenced by like anthropomorphized animals. So, obviously animals with people characteristics. So I would play with the idea. And like, also, as I'm sure plenty of people know, because plenty of people rip on universities nowadays, deservedly so.
Yeah.
You get like this is a drawing, and I have I've been working on a digital version because I've wanted to take it in a like even further than this, and basically what it was like, I think the original concept. So again, like I was sort of influenced by things like people in school tend to be too cerebral with their work, especially to the point that they never appeared to get anything done except thinking about what they were going to do. So I like the idea of figures without heads.
That's something out of H.P. Lovecraft right there.
So, and then I liked the idea of, so I was always commenting, at least in some way, shape, or form, I was always commenting on the concept of creativity and how, at least in some way, shape, or form, if you're willing to get out of your own way, you can access a bottomless well, or in this case, like a never-ending goblet, I think was kind of like things I was thinking about. And But I liked the idea that these mindless people were always trying to consume the endless goblet of whatever was coming out of it, and that the animals would try and drink it all up, and it was the animals that were getting drunk. So these were just ideas that I would explore. And then other weird things again too, like the notion like of I guess people seem to become so obsessed with the notion of the abstract. The way I described it is, I know with what's his name being a chef, I'd always describe it as sometimes people seem to be so cuckoo to me about it that it was like they went into a restaurant and after reading the menu, they ate the menu instead of the meal. Like the whole point of the abstract is it's supposed to point to something beyond itself. So I liked the idea of the moon in a cage. I think it was just a reference to the concept of being trapped up by the abstract or something like that. I'm losing the idea, but yeah, these were just things like I was just kind of dealing with my environment. And again, like headless figures, I always wanted them to do things like dance, things like that. What was the other one that I showed you that was mixed media? This one.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, on the watercolor paper.
So like this was mixed media. So I would use like it was watercolor paper where I would draw, and I would use varnish, and then I would rub ink in as if it was like a print.
Right.
And then usually I would take my drawings and turn them into so like I showed you that etching. This is the drawing. This was the preliminary drawing for it. And I think I originally named this. A lot of my works are named after music for whatever reason. I think mostly just because I like cool titles. So I think this was called Snake Eyes and Sissies.
Ooh.
Like, yeah. But you can see like here's a different version of the same idea, and I just kept going through different iterations of it. And it's still something I seem to explore different iterations of. Again, here's like another guy, and he's like, I guess the idea is like molding nature or something. I don't know, whatever. Like I said,
well, a lot of these things, it's good to also that the people who are viewing it have their own interpretation, and they get their own. I mean, you can have your idea as much as you want to, but then somebody else will come along and look at it, and they're just gonna. They might see something completely different, but that's the fun part about it, things that are just kind of obscure of what's happening. It's got this very fantastic. It's like a borderline of reality and dreams. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. It's just, for me, the printmaking process is just such an exciting thing that a lot of people will never ever know about. And just like how you were discussing like the acid baths and everything, I guarantee you the majority of people out there have no idea.
I miss days where I come home and I smell like copper. I just smell like pennies and metal, and like I don't even wear, like, my wife doesn't care. I'm married, but it's not like it's not some evil thing. I don't wear a ring. I tried the rubber rings. They would always just break or rip off. If I had a metal ring, it would get corroded. Like it would become a hazard because it would eventually get corroded by the acid or the mordant or something. And then I'd have like this rusty thing that's like stabbing my hand. So, and like it'd become like a massive risk for degloving or something. Like, so like, I just, it's like, and she's a chef, so she would always have to take hers off. So like she could, like, we're just like, whatever. Like,
do you have access to printing press or anything like that? Yeah, it's just such a sad thing, huh? I mean, I've got one here myself, but I can only do like monotypes and dry point on mine. I don't have like all the baths and everything. I just don't have.
I've tried. When I was younger, I used to keep a bath. I used to have one. It's really susceptible to temperature. If it's cold and the humidity, I love it when it's humid. I mean, don't get me wrong, living in it is one thing, but for etching right now, for etching, if you want like, because we typically etch in what's known as ferric chloride, it's less hazardous, and it's what's used. I don't know exactly what everyone in the audience is into, but ferric chloride is actually used to etch like IO boards. It's commonly what it's used for. So you can either buy it and mix it into a liquid, or you can buy it in its liquid form. And technically, it's not an acid; it's a mordant. So what it does is it corrodes. So it's just an active molecule, and it's always seeking out like another ion. And in the process of that, what it does is it pulls the ion. In my case, for copper, it pulls the ion from the metal, but then you get this sludge that builds up in the bottom over time.
Right.
Whereas typically an acid, as long as the acid maintains its potency, it will dissolve any metal it comes into contact with. So it's a very different process. You can still use an acid, but typically they're used less. I mean, even Rembrandt used, I think, some primitive form of ferric chloride.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Oh, speaking of Rembrandt,
Yes.
I traveled to Italy for a study abroad
Oh, what
art
was her
program.
name?
Actually, well, yeah.
Thank you.
We'll leave that for another stream.
Bartenders.
And we went to Venice to go see like all the big palaces and everything, and it's amazing work. But then you just kind of get like so overwhelmed by all of these gigantic masterpieces, and it's so amazing that it could almost like tire you out. You know what I mean? And then I was walking around the Palazzo Maggiore or whatever. No. It's the St. Mark.
Vafangu you too.
And I went around like just like a.
I thought Italians and Irish people were supposed to hate each other.
No, they
they
get
love each
along
other.
quite famously.
Yeah.
You know, they like to, you know,
Yeah.
meet under the bleachers after homeroom and land.
So yeah, I was walking around like the big freaking palace, this like amazing, huge architectural wonder, and I just started going down like these random alleyways, and I happened upon a Rembrandt etching exhibition, printmaking exhibition. It was just like a very small venue of original Rembrandt prints, like just the size about this big, just a big, huge. Well, it was a small place, but it was just packed with all of his etchings there. It was like one of the greatest exhibitions ever seen. I love Rembrandt's printmaking work.
So, are you saying, James, you had an itch you had to scratch? Oh my God, that'll be etched onto your soul. That joke. Oh my God, that bad puns.
In the nether regions.
Thank you.
Hi. Oh, hey there, Mama Bear Art Doll. Hi, Jinja, Eric, Benito, Angry, Kenny, Linux, Maki.
How's it going, Mads?
Kenzo. What's up, Kenzo? So, Jaffo. Okay, so this kind of like goes into Makini, where he's making his transition from. Well, I mean, he's doing a lot more digital work now than he did before, and I'm assuming that you're doing a lot more digital work than you've done before, right, Jaffo?
I worked almost exclusively traditionally for 20 plus years.
Yeah. So what would you have any like kind of words of wisdom or anything like that for Makini and his endeavors right now?
I think the best thing he could do is listen. So I guess the easiest way to word it would be to try and keep it simple. So keep it simple. Listen to the people and find a way to filter specifically people that actually care about what you're doing. Like I've been subscribed to Maki for a while, and clearly where he's at in his stage and his ability and what he's doing, I've been subscribed to him for I can't remember how long, but I really enjoy what he's doing. And it couldn't be. I mean, it's very far from what I do.
Right.
But I very much enjoy him. I very much enjoy his energy, his personality, his charisma, what he's doing. I think one of the most difficult things for a lot of artists in today's day and age is to create an atmosphere. I'm not like Gary. I'm not going to necessarily, take the commie route with the word community, but I feel like it's just overused.
Community's fine word. Yeah,
I just feel like it's overused for me. So I'm just going to say create an atmosphere or an environment that is conducive to you being able to continue to build momentum for making your work, whatever that is. Because one thing that I think can be an advantage for a ton of artists that has gotten in my way over time is, and I don't mean this as like, oh, pity me or as an excuse, but a lot of times life can get in the way. And
Mhm.
but if you have momentum, sometimes it helps you break through. Like that's
Yeah.
so if you can build momentum, like for the longest time, it has been really hard for me to develop momentum because I've been working for like the last 4 years. I've been working, 2 jobs. I work like 65, 70 hours a week. I
Yep.
work on my art on the weekends. So, but for me, typically to build momentum, like 1 to 2 hours a day is ideal, as a minimum. But it's
Right.
really hard when you're working 2 jobs. So,
Yes.
uh,
Yes. Completely.
so like this, like here's like another example. This is the same image that I showed earlier, but clearly in a different state. And this is me working on it digitally. So, and I'm tempting to make it that much more insane and crazy and hectic if I can. So, and that much more, you could say almost hyper focused and anal retentive with the way I approach line work. So, and obviously, like, maybe I guess if there's a commonality between myself and Maki is we seem to like our ladies. I think
Well,
that's fair.
you can
I
add
think
me into
that's
that group if you want to.
yeah. I think that's a fair example. Maybe this is the closest I've ever gotten to a self portrait.
So what would you say are some of your, like, because I was in that position too. You're talking about breaking out, like that point where you're just like, okay, I'm gonna do it. If I'm gonna do it, I have to do it now. Do you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that where you're like, okay, I'm an artist, but I feel like I'm doing this almost as a hobby. You know, it's not my life. It's just something I'm doing on the
Yeah.
weekends. And it's like I want to do more with it than just that. I want this to be my life. I want this to be my bread and butter. I want to do this and I want to challenge myself to do this professionally because that's what I'm, you know. Otherwise, I don't know.
Well, it's a trade, and you're a tradesman,
Yeah,
and it's time.
exactly.
It's time to
Yeah.
start just plying your trade. That's it.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so
Exactly.
You know,
for
you make.
me, it kind of like what I did was I was teaching English 5 days a week.
Mhm.
And I had nursery schools in the morning, and and it was like, okay, whenever I'm tired and my energy's all burnt out, then okay, I'll start drawing at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. But you can't do that and expect to find any, like, consistent improvement, or you just feel burnt out. You're like, and so you just kind of have to make that jump into the water and go, okay, I can't devote the time that is necessary for my artwork if I'm doing 2 or 3 part-time jobs. So you have to take a chance, you know?
Mhm.
And then I don't know, do you feel like that time's coming around for you?
I mean, I hope so. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm not gonna I mean, I've always been a bit I think it's fair to say from time to time I tend towards being cynical, but I think I've also just had it's my own sense of humor, but also it tends to be sardonic or dark. Um, so like something I've always told myself, and I think sometimes it's just shit luck. Like there's no other way to put it. Like I was in
Yeah,
school
yeah.
studying animation, and
Yep.
when I was about to finish school and try and go start applying for jobs was right after Disney released Brother Bear. And I used to live in Orlando. That's where I got my undergraduate degree at University of Central Florida. I used to study under a guy who worked on like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. His name was Paul Karazi.
Oh,
And
cool.
yeah. And so I studied, and then right when I was about to graduate, and we used to go, like I used to know, I can't remember everyone's name, but we used to regularly go. There were groups of us, and we would all go, and we would go drawing at zoos. Like the Disney animators themselves,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
very cool people, very
Yes,
easygoing,
I imagine. Yeah,
very
yeah.
laid back, very approachable. And you went, and of course, me being me, I'm like really young and energetic and rambunctious and like, even to a certain degree edgy. So like everyone knew me because I'm just a little, off the rail in my own way. But I was always very, very earnest when it came to like learning anything I could from them. but we used to go to zoos all the time. So we knew kind of just through secondhand, like just by going zoo drawing with these guys, like to learn from anything we could from them. And they didn't charge you. It wasn't like, hey, in our spare time, we're going to go to the zoo and, give us $50 and we'll quote unquote teach you. No, like they're going to go zoo drawing. They're like, hey, we're going to go zoo drawing. You want to go zoo drawing? Yeah. All right, cool. Go with us. We'll give you tips. That was it. Like, it was nothing, like, again, like I said, very cool, very approachable. But yeah, like Disney wanted it to fail because they wanted to can 2D and they wanted 2D. They wanted to basically just focus on CG at the time. So basically, like, through all of that, like my mentality has always been like my life has just been a failed attempt to get paid to draw. And that's just my way of kind of slapping myself in the face and keeping myself awake. Like, it's not about pity or anything like that. I feel like it's like, okay, what do you have to do now? Like, smack myself, like, wake up. All right, what do you do? Like, and I've always just had to work. I've always had to work multiple jobs. I've worked in kitchens. I've worked in the backs of houses. Right now I'm a janitor. And like I said, for a long time, through just before COVID, through all of COVID till only recently, I was working as a janitor and I was restocking lumber at Home Depot and then doing my work on the weekends, like I said. So like, I've always been pretty physical. Like, my jobs tend to be pretty physical. So they eat up a lot of like my physical energy.
Yeah.
So like, even when I come home, like, I'm exhausted, I'm just still like, all right, like, let me wake the fuck up. And then, like,
I hear you there, man.
Move on. And, and then I'll do, even if I have to, I'll be like, let me go to the gym and try and lift for like 45 minutes. And I bet I'll feel better when I come home. And as long as I do, usually I can come home and I can work or something. But
Right.
if it's like, if I go try to do that and then I feel like I'm falling or things get worse, then I usually, that's an indicator for me physically and maybe even on some level psychologically, I need a day. Like, when I can't, like, you're always going to wake up at times and feel tired.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
and you're gonna wake up and feel tired. You're gonna wake up and feel like run down and beaten. And I'm sure this is something that Mr. Beret there can attest to. Like, he's a chef, but like, I'm pretty confident he has kids, and I'm sure he feels like he's been run through the ringer, and then somehow like his kids come around. And this is something that I think artists, and to be clear, I don't have kids, but I look at people with kids a lot for a variety of reasons. Nothing weird. So let's clear that up. But on an inspiration level, like, you don't get time off as a parent. And
No.
maybe perhaps maybe artists need to apply that a little more. Like, maybe they need to say, no, I don't deserve time off. And I don't mean that like, this isn't like, I'll get enough sleep when I'm dead, like, no, I just mean like, don't overthink it. Don't get wrapped up in your head. Don't beat yourself up, but also don't convince yourself that you shouldn't try to focus on your work or like, don't sell yourself short, but also don't convince yourself that you're done either. Like, whatever that means. I'm losing the plot a little bit, but
I think I know what you're going here. I was on she's actually in the chat right here. Hachibe. She's Japanese lady. She's
I saw you. I saw you on
yeah,
there.
we had a great time. Yeah, we
Yeah,
were just talking about kind of the subject. Go ahead.
I couldn't understand you. The only Japanese I understand needs subtitles.
Well, no, so I'm saying, like, if you're ever watching me speak Japanese in a show, throw out something in English and I'll translate and do the whole translation, whatever. But one of the questions somebody asked was like, how do you get your inspiration and how do you stop yourself from kind of like burning out? And for me, it's almost kind of a mantra. If I'm ever feeling, for me, art is life. It's just life. It's like breathing. You wake up and you're thinking about your artwork. You go to sleep, you're thinking about your artwork. It's just part of you. And if I ever get to the point where I feel like I'm getting like angry about something's not working, something's not going right, I just step back, take a look at it, and just tell myself, man, just have fun. Just have fun. Have fun. Because that's what it's all about. Just have fun with it. And I go back into it, and that helps me out a lot. But I
Duckies and bunnies. Duckies and
it is
bunnies.
difficult to like
Duckies
it
and
is difficult
bunnies.
to stop yourself from like, yeah, you want to stay up like you feel like, oh gosh, sometimes I'll be sitting around and I'll watch a movie or something and I'll think to myself, I should be drawing right now. I shouldn't be watching this movie. This is a waste of my time that I should be using to improve my skills. But then another part of me says, hey, you know what? You can't just be doing it 24/7. You have to physically give your body a rest. So this is, enjoy other things as well, because there are other things
Mhm.
outside of your artwork.
I've been
Yeah.
I've been lazy these past few days. That's why I haven't released my Spider-Man video. I mean, it's been hot. It's been hot this past week, and every time the temperature gets up, I get more and more lazy. I don't want to do anything.
I mean, that's just the weather kicking your butt. And when that happens to me, I just walk around naked, and that
Oh,
usually works.
I
So,
like
Let it all hang out. Hey.
yeah,
yeah,
just
I like that Hulk.
go primal.
Thank
Is
you.
that is that Hulk?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
man.
again like sometimes when I don't know what to draw, I'll just draw things that I like.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
how else do you put it? Like I just draw things I like. Like
Yeah,
that's it. Like
because
I'm
they're
not
they're like established things, and yeah, you don't have to think
yeah, they're
about
just
like,
things I grew up liking the Hulk. I grew up
yep,
liking comics. I grew up liking I love like something I haven't drawn like or tried to redraw, but it's something that definitely has an influence on me. I love movie posters. Like there's a really great
yeah,
documentary. It's called 24 by 36.
uh-huh,
It's about movie posters and it's about the old movie posters that used to be made by artists by hand.
mhm,
Like
mhm,
think of
yeah,
like the iconic movie posters for Indiana Jones or
right. Blade
um,
Runner,
Adventures in
Yeah.
Babysitting, Blade Runner, The Goonies.
Deep
yes.
Throat.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
for crying out loud! You just had
uh,
to ruin it, didn't you, Eric?
behind the green
Why would that
door.
ruin it? Exactly.
So
Deep
yeah,
Throat's a cinematic masterpiece.
Lord of the
yeah. So
Rings.
well, but
Deep
like
Throat.
if you watch the documentary, something that's actually really inspiring because again, like Jinja and I both have some connection to printmaking.
Yep.
There's an I don't know exactly where it comes from, but there's an organization or a group or whatever collective. I don't know what to call it, but it's called Mondo. And basically, what it was is there's like a movie theater in I think Austin, Texas, somewhere, and they would
Mhm,
do runnings of old like classic movies.
right.
And in order to promote it, what they would do is they would hire artists to do bespoke movie posters that usually got printed in silkscreen, and they would be movie
Oh,
size
okay.
posters. You can find if you were interested in collecting them, you could like go to eBay and search Mondo poster. There's even a book. You can get a book on Amazon for maybe 35 or 50 bucks and it's several hundred pages of just posters created by artists for movies like Hitchcock movies, everything. But most of them are, they're recreations. Some of them are literally gorgeous. Like one that I can't remember. Like they did some for the Marvel movies, and they're better than most of the posters that Marvel produced.
I'm gonna share some of them right here real quick because I'm gonna take this off for a second
That's
here.
fine.
And then I'm on the mondoshop.com actually, and I'll share my screen here. And there we go. So, for example, American Psycho poster. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's got a Morbius feel to it. Oh,
Yeah.
Mobius.
And that's
Mobius,
like,
not a
if I
Morbius,
remember
Mobius.
correctly, that's like
Yeah.
postcard size.
Oh, really?
I think so. Like some of these are 5x7, like it says $55. Like I think so that's a recreation. But if
this
you
is
buy an
18 by 24. Yeah.
okay, yeah, so that's a recreation. But if you were to buy them, like there was a period, like if you go to eBay, on eBay, you can actually buy full size silkscreen versions of these that go for several $100s. So like
Okay.
so this is just basically like a lithograph recreation, like a photolithographic recreate. Basically
Yeah.
I'm adding too many words, but it's just it's a
It's just
facsimile.
Yeah.
It's a
yeah.
facsimile of the original. So but yeah, like just gorgeous.
Look at
Yeah.
this.
Gorgeous.
That is
posters.
awesome.
Like,
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean, the artists they would get, and then some of them too, because of some of it, like they made them anyway. And this is kind of one of the artist spirit things that I like. They were doing it for the love of the movies, and they said, "Fuck copyright." They made them anyway.
Yeah, they
You know,
do a lot of this stuff in Vietnam. If you go to Vietnam, they do like their own versions of posters, but it's got, well, it's not as high. Well, it's pretty good quality, but it's a lot more graphic in style and not as detailed as these. But there's some really cool ones they make that actually perform more than the actual movie posters themselves. Oh, this is
yeah.
that craziness. Marvel fanfare. We got here. Oh wow! Look at that.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Here, I'll pull up. I've got like, here's a Kill Bill one. Let me share. I have to share my browser real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I can do that.
Look what I just got this week. If you guys remember the comic book that got me into comic books,
Right.
This is the entire arc, the first printing. It's a little beat up, but I don't mind. It's just that I finally got one of these in my hand. It just means a lot to me.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Here, I'm just gonna post the link in chat in our chat.
Okay.
Private chat, and then if you want to click on it, but that's like a Kill Bill poster.
Ah, nice. Okay, I'll present this right now. And here we go.
Oh wow, that's good. That's good.
Oops, where'd
Oh,
it
will
go?
it not?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's good. It kind of has like a Shaw Brothers inspiration, and Quentin Tarantino was a big Shaw Brothers fan.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Oh, there we go. Seeing somebody. Oh, this is what it would look like if it was in your living room, and in your goth living room.
What's the cost of that one?
Let's check that out.
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it's
$19.95.
So I'm wondering, that's probably a recreation. But that's like, again, they used to sell the actual silkscreen version, and they would go for several $100s.
I imagine, yeah.
So,
but that's such an amazing poster, though. Like, there's a lot of time and dedication to this. Really cool looking.
It's got it. I just love what they're doing, what they did with it. I mean, you got all the characters from both Kill Bill 1 and 2, and it has like this strictly Hong Kong movie kind of vibe, and it's just really cool. It's just awesome the way they have like, they show like, try to scale every type of character just to get them in there. You got Pai Mei, you got the Crazy 88. Yeah, bud. Who's that?
Here's one for this one's actually pretty cheap. But this one is one that was, I think it's like $70, but it's for John Carpenter, They Live, and it's 24 by 36.
Oh, that's cool.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Especially the fight between oh man.
You know.
That is awesome.
And I'm pretty sure that's the actual silk screen. I could be wrong. You'd have to read through the eBay information, but I'm pretty sure it's an actual print. I don't think it's just a recreation, a facsimile. But
single piece work.
Yeah,
original licensed reprint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, limited edition, numbered, 24 by 36. So, but some of them range. It may just, I don't know. I've seen some go as high as like, I've seen some of the little, because they would do little postcard size ones, and some of the little postcard size ones, like there was a really cool Captain America one. I think that one was $70 and it was like 5 by 7. And I missed it when I could have gotten it, but I mean, it was a gorgeous little postcard size Captain America one for, I think Civil War, I think, but yeah, like, so, I mean, it varies. Like, it might just be cheap right now to get Mondo posters. Maybe there's times when they're really pricey and times when they're cheap. But...
Yeah. There's probably a sale going on right now since it's like 4th of July and Canada Day was yesterday.
Every time we talk about stuff like this, I immediately go to Yahoo Auctions and I see if I can find anything here.
Oh,
So addictive.
speaking of which, hope all the fellow Canadians in the chat had a safe and happy Canada Day yesterday.
Oh, they've got them here. Oh my gosh, look at this, Jaffo. They've got some really high-priced ones here.
Oh, I bet. And I've just found a There Will Be Blood one, and it's $300.
I love that movie. Have you heard me talking about that lately? I'm
No,
hooked
here
on it.
I'll share this one just because it's not a great image for
Yeah.
the purpose of selling it, but you can get the idea of what it looks like, and it's really a gorgeous movie poster. I wish it was I wish it was properly laid flat so you could see it, but
Sully, I liked how you said the best ending line of a movie and it was just like that one hit it.
Yeah,
Yes.
perfect endings
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
a movie. What's a perfect ending for a movie? Like There Will Be Blood.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at that.
Oh wow!
That's wicked.
yeah, it's the oil tower. I love the church at the top with the three
Yeah,
crosses.
yeah.
And then you see the oil just
Yeah.
oozing out of the skull. Like that's a
Yeah.
kick-ass fucking poster.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I love it how the limited color palette as well. We've got black like a monotone and then with just that touch of the red in the sky just does it right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what the movie is beautiful too. I don't know if you guys haven't seen it, go watch it. It's a masterpiece. I am
Bastard in a basket.
yeah, bastard in a basket.
Drink your milkshake. Drink it up.
Or drink it. See, I have a
The
straw.
bandy tract.
And
the
my
bandy
straw.
Dude. Exactly.
My straw reaches over to your shake.
I haven't.
And then
I haven't.
sucked it up.
I haven't seen it.
Man, the fake brother, dude.
Yeah. I love
oh,
that character in
man.
the movie.
That's
Yeah.
pathos. That's
Yeah.
pathos. Pathetic circumstance. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, like
Yeah.
pathos.
Hey, Macane's back.
Wow.
Yeah. He was making some oatmeal. Sorry. Were you sharing another thing? Okay, I'm back. Okay, I got you. Yeah. But thank you for sharing those, Jaffo. I did not know about Mondo, and I'm going to share this real quick. This is Yahoo Auctions Japan, and I'm just going to show you some of the prices they have here. We've got, I'm sure this is a reprint one that's 1,500 yen, but then if you go over here to like, what is this? Chainsaw Massacre?
I like that Superman one that's down there.
$450 for this.
Yeah. Am I correct in reading that Superman is 500? Oh no, it's not. It's like 50. Right below it.
That's $50 down below. Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like the original Superman, Chris Reeves movie, Richard Donner.
Share this tab instead. There we go. Yeah, that's that. They got The Godfather.
I can hear the John Williams music just looking at that Superman logo.
Oh, that Superman logo, yeah. Oh, here we go. There's there's all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna get lost in here. I better turn this off. All right.
Wabbit hole. Oh, you squee wabbit.
It's hitting the hour mark, so I'm going to go ahead and start get drawing myself. If you guys want to just vamp for a second, Jaffo, you want to talk some more? You guys got some questions for Jaffo, or if you got questions for people, or you got news you want to talk about?
I'm not even looking at chat, so I have no idea if chat has questions.
Well, I just fell down the rabbit hole artistically. I went from, because I had to look up things. I went from Dry Point to Intaglio to Niello. Like all like, ooh, like all this,
Yeah, like if you want to, if you want to look up specific Dry Point, someone that's really well known for Dry Point, look up James McNeill Whistler.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
I think he's mostly known for some of his paintings from like the 1800s, maybe. I'm really rusty on like some of my art history stuff. I'm probably remembering it relatively well, like mid 1800s, maybe. Maybe mid to late like 1870s. I don't remember, but it's usually a lot of it's like ships, or like he did a lot of images of like fishermen, ships in the sea, wind, waves, water, stuff like that. Like his prints are very atmospheric. Very moody.
Mm-hmm.
But fitting of the subject.
Indeed.
So.
And everybody out there in TV land, if you haven't already, check out the Jinja Ninja's very own his first independent comic book. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now, right here. This is Anti-Steam Junk Western, issue number 0, available on demand at Indiegogo. Pick up yours. It was one of my favorite crowdfunded comics of last year, and James actually, you know,
We'll do it,
it was.
live.
Uh-oh.
We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
All right.
What is that?
Thing sucks.
Okay.
Where is that coming from?
One of us. But that's a like an intro to like a famous like like off-air thing that ended up on air. That's cool. And but yeah, there you go.
I was wondering why Jay the Deep Minded wasn't on chat right now.
Mm-hmm.
MVP's having a build stream today.
Yeah, he's
With
competing
X-Ray
against us for ratings, and just yeah. I mean,
yeah, he's getting and we're.
Oh, that's fine. There is no competition. It's Sunday morning.
It's Sunday morning, and everybody wants to get things. Oh, I just bought a new Warhammer model set of Orc Boys, and it should be coming in a few days. Also got like Spider-Man Parallel Lives, the graphic novel, and let's see, what else did I get? Oh yeah, I was able to get a cheaper version of Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows, the Venom Factor.
Mm-hmm.
And also, let's see. Oh yeah, number 2, the number 2 graphic novel of Nick Spencer's Amazing, the Spectacular Spider-Man. And everybody's gone.
Is everyone gone?
No, Sully's gone, but
why is Sully not? Are you muted?
Yeah,
I had to throw the kettle on.
Yeah,
I'm out of coffee.
Yeah, I got the second graphic novel for Amazing Spider-Man, the Spectacular Spider-Man by Nick Spencer, and I think that was it that I got this week. But today I'm going to. Yesterday was my sister's birthday.
Happy birthday, feliz cumpleaños,
and she wants to go, and she wanted to go to the planetarium.
Casa Bonita?
No, the planet.
Oh,
that's all the way in Denver.
Oh, cliff divers. Oh,
that's all the way in Denver. We live in California.
Cal, now I really hate you.
Yeah. We're going to go. We're going to go to the San Francisco Planetarium. The San Francisco
Planetarium.
Yeah, the Planetarium.
The Planetarium.
Yeah, we're going to the.
Eric, are you high?
When am I not?
Probably. We're going to the San Francisco Academy of Science and Arts this afternoon.
That's cool. Mind the human poop on the sidewalk, please. Step over, please.
Yeah, got over there. We got an earthquake.
Smack my pitch up. Take my picture.
You okay there?
I'm okay.
You okay, Jeffo?
Yeah. I'm good. Sorry. I was grabbing my Pop-Tart.
I would have guessed tea service.
And I was enjoying the
Bring a snack.
oh man, dang, how could I forget the name?
That's
Um,
okay.
I was enjoying the music cover.
Smack my bitch up.
Yeah. Why am I having
Chemical
the
Brothers.
Prodigy? The
That's
No,
Prodigy.
Prodigy. Sorry,
Prodigy.
jeez.
You are a
That's
smelly
close.
fata. You are a smelly fata. Hey,
Mhm.
hey.
I was listening before stream. I was listening to Virtual Insanity by Jamiroquai. I don't know why, but
Why not? If you like it, you like it, man.
I think it was because Entertainment Earth was releasing this statue of Jay Lee from Jamiroquai, who is the lead singer of Jamiroquai,
Oh, okay.
and they're also going to, I think in August or October, they're going to release a Peter Cushing's statuette of Peter Cushing's as Van Helsing from the Hammer films.
Ooh, I love those Hammer films. I need more.
Let me see
There's
if I
so
could.
many out there.
Let me see if I could get it. If I could get it, pull it up.
I would get a bust of Tarkin doing this. You know, that would be great. Like a real bust, a nice carving.
We're talking about busts.
I love busts. Don't be a boob.
Oh, here we go.
Hey yo.
Okay. Let me get this up.
That's what she said.
Waka waka.
You're so funny.
Not the Tuma.
Hey, sorry. Remember I said I'd kill you last? I lied.
Such a great movie.
We're sorry. I let him go.
That's
Don't bother my friend. He's dead tired.
Floods puss.
Ooh.
Floods. That's Jaffo. All right. Here we go. This is the Peter Cushing scale model.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
Is that a 1/6 or?
Yeah. Hang on. Let me see.
Yeah, Jeff, we got a comment for you here.
Oh,
yeah, that's a 1/6 scale model.
Nice.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, okay, I like the coat too.
Yeah, and it has like another head, another like has different heads.
2 heads.
Yeah, it's got different hands. It has a crucifix, like a kerchief, candlesticks, and
that'd be interesting. I wonder why. I wonder why the current trend of like trying to fix the past hasn't been applied yet to vampire stories, which is pretty much peak Christian privilege kind of thing, if you want to look at it from that lens. I mean, because it's all, I remember I'm a huge vampire fan, and there's a great book called I Am Legend.
Oh, yeah. I love that book.
But the protagonist is like, would the crucifix work on a Mohammedan, an Islamic vampire?
Yeah.
I mean, I love that kind of mentality. Like, whoa, would it? Would any like?
But I think that they already fixed it with. They're like, oh, it's already been fixed. Look at Twilight.
I didn't. I avoided Twilight.
Yeah, I avoided Twilight like the plague.
And Twilight's a weird kind of its own kind of insular vampire because direct sunlight.
Yeah,
you got moving water too, right? They can.
Yeah.
So
I really like this version of
What was the vampire movie with Eddie Murphy?
Oh, Vampire in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
I need to get that. Oh,
that's so much better than any of the shit they've made in recent years.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good one right here. He uses the candlesticks as a crucifix.
Yeah. Like right at the end too. It's like he's fighting Christopher
Dracula.
Lee.
Yeah. And the thing is that this guy was in his 50s and beyond, and he was in his golden years when he was doing these movies. these are just this is just a very good, very like if you ever seen the Hammer films, like the last movie he did with the last what Sully was that you? All right, if you ever seen the Hammer films, the last movie he did was the seven golden vampires. He was in his 60s when he did this, when he did that one, and he had just gotten over the death of and he had just gotten over the death of his wife in that one. And you gotta admire a person like Peter Cushing who actually braved something like that, because like it would have devastated anyone else when he did that, if they did that. Oh, uh, Mr. Grant Gregory is behind this, is backstage.
Where did everyone go?
Yeah, I don't know.
I was trying to respond to Anonymous, and then I was typing in chat, and then I was like, oh, it got real quiet.
Yeah.
Really? What's going on?
Hey, how's it going,
Hey, what's
Mr.
up there, Grant?
Okay.
Go,
How you
buddy.
doing, man? Welcome. What you been up to?
The usual, just trying to delve into the AI art realm,
I hear you. Any luck there?
Oh yeah. No, I've made plenty of artists out of work because AI art is clearly superior, and no, obviously not nothing, but yeah.
Oh man. Happy
Is
4th of July.
that Mr. Jaffa up in the middle?
That is
I
Jaffa
see?
right there.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy?
Swell.
Your ears are nowhere near as pointy as your avatar makes out.
I know. I need to add pronouns and go get surgery.
Yeah, we'll get Tox onto that for you.
I know.
It out.
He said he's going to support me. He said he's going to use his privilege to get that for me, and I said, "Well, that's mighty white of you."
It is extremely. I mean, not that we know what color he is, but yeah, assuming.
I assume he's green.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. Right. Okay. I still don't know what I'm going to be drawing. I think I got something in mind.
You said you were going to do Vampirella the other day.
Well, yeah, I've got it. Okay. So I bought one of the, what are they called, the blank covers, the ones that you can draw on.
Yeah.
The comic. But yeah, I got one of those. But
you're gonna have to turn the page 90 degrees if you want to fit in her assets.
Yeah. We're gonna need a bigger canvas.
Okay, what I miss?
Yeah.
No, all right.
We're just talking about that Star Wars. We're talking about Anna's assets right now.
She's 100%, 110% the real deal. I've met her in real life, and she puts a lot of work into that.
Yeah.
God bless her.
I think she likes. Did you try to sell? Didn't you try to sell her your Henry Cavill piece as The Witcher? Or
You should.
Well, no, we were just trying to show it to her and get her to.
No, because she would have bought it if he did.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
you're having an original character today, huh?
Well, I'm just like, okay, so whenever I started doing this channel, I wasn't doing like comic book characters or other, branding, like a IP original character. Sorry, yeah, like Spider-Man or anything like that. I just have pictures of reference photos of models and stuff, and then I would make my own, like, illustration from it, create my own environment, world, or whatever was going on.
Mhm.
And so I wanted to kind of get back to doing that again because I've been spending the last 2 months doing commissions from Osaka Comic Con. And so I
Yeah.
have been doing just already established characters, and I want to do something that's
Right.
original for myself. So I was just going through my reference photo.
Do you have any original characters
Well, I mean,
pre-existing?
just
that
like every
you're
single character that I do like this is just kind of like an original one that I could possibly take and make into something later on.
Mhm.
So
They're
yeah,
all part of the Gingerverse.
there we
There
go,
we
the
go.
Ninjaverse.
That was my next question. Thank you, Grant.
Speaking of which, yeah, I
Good
unfortunately
morning,
I'm not
Grant.
going to be able to take part in the Rippaverse fan art thing. They only allow, for legal reasons, only allow people within the United States to
Oh,
participate in that.
well,
She,
Max still has a chance then.
hmm. Sheepsidian got back to me about that today because I emailed him
Oh,
about it. Well, I
yeah.
emailed the Rippaverse. I was like, yeah, I was going to take part in it, and I noticed within like the subtext, the very the small type, it was just, well, it's not small type. It was just like, yeah, you have to be over 13 and a U.S. citizen to do it. So I was like,
Yeah.
That sounds
You're
like
yeah.
not.
Yep.
I thought.
Oh no, you have to
I,
live within the U.S. Sorry, you have to live
I was
within the
going to say
U.S.
you are a U.S. citizen
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you're not Japanese because of
right.
yeah
Yeah.
I
because of
misspoke there. You
the
have to be.
Japanese Supreme Court and their decision. Oh, sorry, it's the American one. I always get those mixed up.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I won't be doing that. But so I'll just have to work on my own stuff. So it could be a blessing in disguise. I don't know. Because I just kind of want to do something where I can kind of be, free to not be constrained by the limitations of what their character looks like, and kind of work with my own stuff here. But yeah, we'll see how it works out. Hopefully well. Still don't know what I'm going to be doing though. But that's kind of the fun part about it. Like you start drawing, and Gregor, you could, like I used to do, you just start drawing, and then I was like, okay, well, let's put this here, put this there. And it was always
Well, I was
fun
going to
doing
say
that kind of stuff.
that was some of the early streams where I was like, okay,
Yeah.
now let's add this to it. I'm just like, have you thought of claws but made out
Yeah.
of straw?
And it just kind of worked out. What are you up to the moment, Grant?
I'm literally just getting ready to go to bed, but I hadn't been on for a while where you could remember that I was on, so I was like, I better jump on for a minute. So
Were you on recently?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, you were pretty much smashed when he was on last time.
I wasn't on here last time. What are you talking about?
Hmm.
We haven't had a stream for like 3 weeks. Yeah. Well, I guess Nerdrotics was right when he's like, "Don't stream drunk." Oh well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why? What happened?
I don't know.
It was a glorious display of lack of sobriety. It was wonderful. I mean, I highly advise we should be drunk now. But
Well, this is the thing. I said, "What are you celebrating?" He said, "Let's have a drink." I said, "What are you celebrating?" He's like, "My sobriety." I was like,
I'll drink to that. It's lunch.
Slanja. Damn it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Are you gonna drop some like ink blots on there and see what comes
Yes.
up? Or you
Yeah.
just-
Well,
Yeah.
what I'm going to do first is kind of like decide where I'm trying to get I've changed my setup here, and I keep on hitting this camera, so I'm trying to get this adjusted. I
Don't worry,
apologize.
no one's noticed.
Everybody out there is getting motion sickness. You're welcome. Yeah. Yeah, so I might just do that today and just mess around with some. I can't get this to work right. It's gonna piss me off because my table's at an angle now, so I'm trying to get it to where it's not at an angle. But I did some construction to my drafting table today, and so this is the first time I've live streamed with it after doing the construction. So we'll just have to see how it comes. I'm gonna ad-lib this here. Yeah, so gonna try to. Okay, so I was on Hachibe, the Japanese YouTuber. I was on her show today, and we were all just going through. She had a whole bunch of questions from the chat that she gave to me beforehand, because she had her followers. She got some questions from them, and then she sent them over my way, and we just started discussing those, and went off on a tangent here and there. But I always bring up pictures of artists who I really admire. Uh, and then I started looking at some of their work today. I was like, yep, I want to try to do some of those techniques today. So just a random ink blob and then just working into that. I think that would be fun today. Or a watercolor blob. I haven't decided if I'm going to do watercolor or ink yet. Or I might do both. So we'll just have to see how it goes.
Sorry, whose channel were you on?
Hachibe.
He was
She
on
is a
Japanese
big
TV.
time Japanese comic book
Not
otaku.
Hachibe, Hachibe,
Hachibe, that's how you pronounce it. Yeah.
Hachubby.
IBE.
Okay, I was gonna say because I actually watched the other version. And I was just like, I didn't see you on her show today. I was like, what happened? Did she erase you?
What are we talking about?
No. She's a pretty big, like she got like 500,000 subs. So
Oh really? Oh no,
Yeah.
not that one. I'm not there yet.
I tuned in on the internet earlier, and I saw a video of a large Jinja with a small Japanese woman, but it was definitely not you two.
It was my stunt double.
Stunt cock.
Yeah, that was
Eric,
Orgasmo.
yeah.
guess.
Eric, I've explained to you black gingers exist,
Yes, this is actually true.
and apparently he's also Jewish.
All things can be
We'll never-
true.
We'll neither confirm nor deny.
Yes, indeed. All right, the blank slate.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm
Poo, the
doing yet.
or the Chinese say poo, the uncarved block. I got that from the Tao of poo. I
Poo.
could be full of poo right now, though.
Reminds me of Anchorman. Poo. You poo. Poo.
Scotch. I love scotch.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Uh,
All right, let's throw some water down here.
A whale's vagina.
No, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Why did Anchorman 2 suck so bad?
Why did I
does
never watch
Zoolander
it?
2 suck so bad. Why? What's with the unnecessary sequels?
Because it's the same reason that if they ever do Tropic Thunder 2, it'll suck.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be great.
Because you can't catch lightning in a bottle.
Speaking about Spider-Man sequels, I saw Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Did you like it?
It was okay.
Oh, cool.
It got really repetitive.
It was
Like
dumb
one
as
of my
fuck.
Just okay. I didn't realize that you were a racist. Good
One
to
of
know.
my- I love Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Yeah, but one of the greatest moments in that was when Miles took his leap of faith
Yep.
and did all of those spider acrobats that we normalize Spider-Man with, but they just
It was also in the first time that he actually went from 14 frames to above 14 frames in the film.
Yeah, and this is when, but they constantly did that thing
The whole time.
the whole time. It got very repetitive.
And the cool animation that they had like in the
So it's
opening
normally
scene.
24 frames a second.
Yeah,
He was initially done at 14 frames, and Peter B. Parker was done at 24. It was essentially to show his progression. The more further he does. So when he does that little trip at the end, and he catches Peter, in the first film, that whole thing was done at 24 frames.
Okay.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
the background is at a different frame rate to the foreground.
I mean,
So it's
yeah,
That's good
I
to
did.
know.
I did like the ending, but
just don't go into too much details if possible, because I haven't actually seen it.
yeah,
Oh, you haven't? Sorry
Uh,
about the last week then.
yeah.
Yeah. But dude, no,
yeah.
you told me that Doc Ock has a foursome with the two Gwens, and I didn't even know what that meant. So I was like, okay, he's clearly drunk.
Yeah,
Two
and
Gwens, one Ock.
one of the
Dude, that's what you said.
one of the things that I remember Ginger
I will not
saying.
confirm nor deny. Yeah.
One of the things I remember that Jinja was complaining about was how Jesse Drew said you're a terrible mentor, and I was like, are they gonna emasculate Peter even more, or Peter B. Parker even more? But then I'm like, and when she's like, the part when she gets like, you're a terrible mentor, and then Miles hits her with web and sticks her to a truck, and he's like, hey, that happened to you, so does that apply to you as well? And I'm like, well, guess that wasn't so bad.
I didn't think much of that movie at all.
Yeah,
I will
Yeah,
never
no,
watch it again.
I heard that was one of the bad moments that they say a black man attacking a pregnant woman. That's all I heard.
yeah.
Well, it's okay. Geez, I'll take the con on this one then. It's all power fantasies all the way down.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a clever way that this Jessica Drew she's not Spider-Woman right now because she's pregnant, but she gets sucked into this fantastic circumstance and in her delicate condition. And so what are we, part of it's not about child endangerment. It's not about endangering a woman and being pregnant. It's literally about power fantasies. I mean, and I can go but I'm going all the way back to 1996. The Fargo, the Coen brothers. The hero of that was Marge, and she was in late stage pregnancy as well. And she's the one that takes down the big bad at the end, Grimswald. And
I think the wood chipper is the hero of that movie.
It could be, and that's your friend in the wood chipper. And on a beautiful day, all for money.
Oh yeah, sure,
Sure,
yeah, sure.
But I mean, like, I think because I see a lot, just like this thing about like, oh, Peter's got a snuggly on, and Mayday's, what the hell is he doing like this? And also the whole thing with over at Flash with the babies in midair and the microwave thing. I saw Flash, and just it works. It's actually explained in the dialogue too, but it's like.
No, it doesn't make any sense. He says that he can't. He says that he can't move them because it's too dangerous. Yet he can move an object with them bouncing around inside. Makes zero sense.
Whatever. It's fiction. I mean, it's just a made up story.
Well, no. You can't say in one sentence that it makes sense, and then when
it's explained in the dialogue, kind of like when Bruce is talking about spaghetti and time travel and causality. I'm like, I liked that. I thought it was cute because it's made up.
Okay, what if he was making a Cuban sandwich? What would he have said then?
A Cuban sandwich?
Yeah. What? Like I think he just made that up because that's literally what he was cooking at the time. If he was cooking soup, he would have said time is like a soup.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it doesn't make any sense. And especially the fact that he states that he can't move things at a certain speed.
Mm-hmm.
Yet he's still poking a baby fast enough that it changes the trajectory of it falling. You know how hard you have to poke something to make it change.
It's like, I just the whole thing about, but like, is it because we put kids into this mix? Like, is there like a sense of child endangerment that's not allowing us to?
No, because they clearly weren't children. They were rubber things that were supposed
dolls
to represent. Like they never once looked like kids.
Because I also think about the cold open of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and it's Baby Herman, and one calamity after the other, and it's Roger, I'll save you, baby, and that's like kind of what they ripped off in Flash, whereas like this extended like calamity, tension, resolution, and the whole thing with the hijinks of the baby. And I don't know. I feel like
Alfred said the building was collapsing. He said it wasn't. He could have saved the babies beforehand, but he chose not to.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get a scene where he steals a burrito from a falling microwave.
Mm-hmm. Because Mike Barron did that to Wally West in the beginning of his Flash in the comic books. Wally had to consume calories because he just keeps
Yes, but
burning
that's
it.
Wally
I think
West.
that's
Wally West and
fun.
Barry Allen, two completely different characters.
It's just a hodgepodge thing over on Ezra's. Barry is a unique Barry. He's like the Paul Lynde of the Justice League in this in that Snyder Whedon world.
Oh, dude,
You
I
know.
didn't realize you hated Paul Lynde so much. Wow.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's like the Jessica Drew thing. She's pregnant. Peter Parker, he's got a snuggly, and like with Mayday, Infant Mayday, and Calamity, and like I just think there's a lot of like what appears to be like pushback on those notions. I mean, like, is it
Well,
do we
okay,
feel like
so
we're
it just
endangering
Is it the
imaginary
notion or the
babies?
execution on them? Like, I don't think people are saying that the fact that she was in it is wrong. When you say that the pushback on them, what are you referring
What's
to
the
exactly?
problem with? Well, I mean, like the beyond the race swaps. I mean, here you have a pregnant woman of color, and in a powerful position with superpowers, and she's still taking care of the day. It's like these are like power fantasies. I mean, what's
Yeah, yeah,
as my lefties friends say, like, what's wrong with that?
yeah. But one of the things is that they don't get that the comic books did this too, and it was also a lefty writer who did that.
I'll just be honest. I
I
thought
don't
the
think
story was
politics
shit.
need to be involved.
The first movie, the story was so simple. It's just simple and beautiful. This one, it felt like, all right, let's take that cool intro to the movie, the first one that had this really cool animation to it, and now let's put that throughout the whole movie. It's
Yeah,
just like it's just so annoying. And then the movie is just like repetitive. It's too long. And the story is just it was supposed to have 3 acts to it. It only had 2. And yes, the last part might have been nice, but why couldn't we have those characters that we already were related to? Why couldn't we have more of them? Instead, we were focusing on. I don't know. It was just it. I just didn't enjoy it all.
yeah,
I will never watch it again.
yeah.
It's disappointing.
Yeah, it's kind of it was a bummer for me. I wanted to like this one because I heard so many good things about it, and
The first one's like
yeah,
yeah,
and
like vastly better.
Endymion, who is very very conservative. He's like he said that he liked it, but a lot of other people liked it online. I know that liked it, but it was just so repetitive. I mean,
Yeah.
I loved Into the Spider-Verse. It reminded me of Ultimate
So-
Spider-Man.
I'm confused. How can I've heard this from someone? It's so repetitive. Are they telling the same story over different Spider-Man consistently over and over again? Is that what
No.
this film is?
No.
No.
It's like just take action scene over and over and over and over and over and over again, and then
just take
Because
the
repetitive is the term that I've heard more than anything else.
yeah.
the just take the scene where Miles actually jumps from the building, doing his leap of faith, going from 14 frames to 24 frames. Just do that over and over and over and over again,
Yeah.
and that's basically the movie.
Okay, I'm gonna say for me, it's like J.J. Jar Jar Abrams saying, "Oh, you want to have a big Star Destroyer, or what are they called? The grip? What are they? I can't remember what the name is for them. I try to forget all the
Death Star.
terminology. No, the what was it? Something Grim? Well, not Grimlock, of course. The big Death Destroyers, Star Destroyers.
The Super Star Destroyer.
I'll be back in a
Yeah.
second.
Got it.
That was in The Last Jedi. That big, huge, gigantic one.
Oh, the Dreadnought.
Dreadnought. There we go.
And then in Last Jedi, you had Snoke's personal
Yeah.
mothership called the Supremacy.
Okay,
And
so yeah.
I read all the friggin' dumb novelizations.
So let's say, okay, Jar Jar Abrams' way of making the next movie cooler is by adding 1,000 more. Oh, instead of having one, let's make 1,000 of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's going to make it cooler. So
Didn't he
the
do
problem
that
with-
anyways?
I don't know.
Kinda.
I didn't watch the last movie.
I mean,
Um,
there wasn't enough time in the movie to, to explain exactly what the supremacy was. That was Snoke's literal mothership. It was. There were factories in there that produced star destroyers and produced, weapons, armor, and TIE fighters and everything. The supremacy was a
Yeah.
self-enclosed. The supremacy was the First Order. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And to lose that, just like once that was destroyed, that was like, that was a unique craft. But like just then in the next movie, we have all these regular star destroyers, all equal in firepower to a Death Star with a giant belly cannon.
Yeah. So just made everything so much more bigger and better, and
it
so
was
that's what this
funny.
movie felt like it was trying to do. It's like,
Yeah.
In the Star Wars Thrawn trilogy, there was was it called the Star Killer? What was it like? It was a single pilot ship that you could fly right into a sun, and it would cause the detonation of it. You could fly through it. You know what I mean? It was just
right.
I'll have to look this one up.
I
But
haven't read those
but
in a
it
long
was the
time.
opposite of a Star Destroyer. It was a single pilot small craft.
Right.
It was like the Sun Killer or something. I'm gonna look this up. I should know this.
I don't know if any of you heard of the. I'm gonna bring Mac. Mac, are you still there?
He might be.
Yeah, I see him moving.
Sorry, my mic was off. Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Yeah, did you hear about the Rosario Dawson interview of Ahsoka for Ahsoka?
I did, and I don't care. I really don't care.
Was it that bad?
Yeah.
It's just the same talking points over and over again, and
Yeah.
it's same talking points over and over again. It's how it's.
Oh,
like,
is this where she said something about like she was very thrilled that there were like lots of women or something?
Yeah, and even when she clearly has no effing clue, or just clearly just speaking it up because she knows damn well that there has been women in effing Star Wars since day one, and you're just refusing to ignore it. You're just ignoring it, basically.
I mean, wasn't the leader of the rebellion Moth? What's her name? Moth
Gideon.
No.
Mon Mothma.
Mon Mothra.
Yeah.
Mothra.
Yeah. Wasn't
Where's
she?
Moth Gideon come from? Jesus.
Mon Mothra. Wasn't she the leader of the rebellion?
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was one, and even in the novels, she was one of the most important characters because she helped bring the Senate back after the rebellion was won, after the war was won.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's just BS talking points. Rosario,
No, that
a
was
lot
like
of
what's
it.
his face? The guy's playing the new Captain America who's taking over. I don't know.
Oh, Sam Wilson,
yeah.
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, just come out and saying that Harry Potter didn't have any black friends. It's like,
yeah, Ryan Ryan Kennel debunked that immediately, and a lot of other people did because it's just talk. They don't believe a thing they're saying.
No, it's just
they don't believe a lick of thing they're saying.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are. It's kind of, they seem to have to constantly put their foot in their mouth. Like there was this one. I know you hate this site, Mac. Kotaku just released another hit piece on Final Fantasy 16, saying that the women that they did the female characters wrong.
They're just desperate.
Yes.
It's just and then Kentaka's point, it's just desperation because they know that there was not a strong boycott of this, that people were excited for it, and that Kentaka are full of it.
Yeah, I'm just bummed out.
Nobody takes them seriously.
I'm just bummed out it didn't came out for Xbox One. I'm gonna have to get a PS4.
Exclusive shit, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a PS5 just to play Final Fantasy 16. and Spider-Man 2. I mean, I don't care. I don't care about the console wars. I just like the good video games. I mean, I've been playing the demo for Lies of P. It's a good game. It has this Victorian era. It's a Victorian era Soulsborne game, which is inspired by the legend of Pinocchio, and in it you need to lie because there's basically a rebellion going on between the puppets and the humans, and the puppets have went all Skynet and started killing humans randomly, and P, or who's basically Pinocchio, is the only one who can stop it because he's kind of like a cyborg who's human and puppet. And the thing about him is he can actually lie because it's kind of like the the robotic theories that a robot can't hurt its creator. It's like theory, like the rule number 4 about that is that
as in my 3 rules, are you talking about the life of P? What's it called? The
lies
the lies of P.
Yeah.
The steampunk style Pinocchio hybrid cyborg guy.
Yeah, it says he can actually lie, and that actually means that, and that actually helps him get an edge over the puppet because he's part human. And
well, he has a human brain.
Yeah.
So
and the thing is that that puppets can't lie. So it's all a very interesting concept, and I like how they're like integrating they have this. It reminds me a bit of both like the way the French like turn of the century look. I love the entire turn of the century France look that they have on there, and also how they have the characters wearing Victorian era or turn of the century clothing. You have like the Blue Fairy, you got Geppetto, you got Jiminy Cricket, who's actually like this lantern that talks, who's basically his conscience. He'll give him advice, and so yeah, I can't wait to play it.
yeah, from what I saw, it reminded me of oh, Jesus Christ, it's a freaking game.
Bloodborne?
No, it was a underwater game, and then it was up in the sky.
Avatar?
No.
It wasn't Subnautica, was it?
No, I don't think.
No,
Subnautica was basically all.
No, it's before that. I can't even think of the franchise. My brain's not working at the moment.
Are you sure it wasn't a Legend of Zelda? Because if you say water and then sky, and I'm wondering.
No.
Yeah.
Game 1 was set. Game 1 and 2 was set underwater. It's a horror thriller survivor. Game 3 was set up in a floating city.
Oh, BioShock.
Oh, BioShock.
BioShock. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but that took place like in the 1920s, and the third one took place like in turn of the century.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the aesthetic and the feel you're saying has got the freaking aesthetic, but it also has that BioShock style where it's mixing modern day technology with the fantasy sort of elements and different things into it.
Yeah, it's all, it is very good. I cannot wait to play this game. It's just, especially with the Soul style. I've never got to play Bloodborne because I don't own a PS5. But if this is what Bloodborne is like, I'll get a PS5 to play Bloodborne there.
Bloodborne, but you're asking for a world of hurt.
Yeah, I trust me. I played Elden Ring and I played Dark Souls. I know, and I played Sekiro.
Bloodborne is still harder than that. Bloodborne is still the hardest one.
All out of all of them.
Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, the mechanics to Bloodborne is I love Bloodborne because it is very not only is it very gothic, but it's also very HP Lovecraftian with the monster styles. And it is like very and the weapons you use, like this is the first time, this was like the one time I ever saw in a Souls like game that you use firearms.
Fire.
Fire.
Tippy for my bunghole.
So what comics did you?
Shut up, fart knocker.
So what comics did you?
Cool.
It's Sterculius, the Roman god of feces.
He said knockers.
Whoa.
Cool. He's drawing a chick.
So
Frog baseball. Frog baseball.
What were we talking about?
Someone needed TP for their bunghole.
Some TP for my bunghole.
The great Conjunio.
So what comics did you get this week, Eric?
I got Star Wars Darth Vader Black, White, and Red, issue 3. It's an anthology book because it's written and drawn. The second feature in here is written and drawn by Daniel Warren Johnson. And it's amazing. Yeah.
When you've gone through it the first time, is it now considered Black, White, and Red again?
Yeah, and all over too. Hey, waka waka. But I was listening to all like Wes at Thinking Critical and Yule Carter from Fantastic Comics, and they are raving about something called Local Man on Image Comics.
Oh, yeah.
This is amazing. It's a second printing of issues 1 and 2 that were supposed to have been behind issue 5, which had already sold out on last Wednesday. And I was like, whoa, it was open an hour and a half. And like they're already sold out of Amazing Spider-Man 28, Local Man 5. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I bet they're sold out of Amazing Spider-Man because they didn't order as many as they did for the entire arc of Dead Languages. And the thing is that one of the things is that I actually pre-ordered Amazing Spider-Man 20, 27, 28, 29, 30 by accident on my Kindle. On my Kindle.
Just on the hopes that a certain person would die. See how you are. Yeah, wow.
Wow. I'm reading a really fun one, though. It's off of IDW. IDW has the Ninja Turtles license they've had for a while. And they kind of shit the bed on the Prime Ninja Turtles universe because they rebooted everything in 2011. But what they have... Go ahead.
They kill it on their alternative universe stuff. Like they're not so much one-shots, but they're shorts. Yeah.
Usagi Yojimbo.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Usagi Yojimbo. It's written and drawn by Stan Sakai himself. The art,
really?
And it's just a normal turtle team of like somewhere cartoonish or movie turtles, and no fifth turtle, no girl turtle. Go ahead.
Did you read The Last Ronin?
No, I didn't. I heard all about it though. I heard it's good.
Dude,
it is good.
I heard it's
It is
excellent.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I was obsessed with it when it first came out, and Me and Nick Wise were doing a stream. I was like, we're going to be doing one of these every month until it comes out. And then it was like a year and a half later before we got to the fifth
Yeah.
one. Yeah, like it's
This is an excellent book. I was
Yeah.
looking to get it in hardcover. Last one on Amazon too.
it's definitely worth, especially if you're a fan of the original Ninja Turtles. You're also muted too there, Eric.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I was buying Returned in New York in 1989 in high
Dude,
school.
I was gonna say, dude, I got that when I was in year one, and that was 91. So yeah,
dude, yeah,
that was my first comic.
Those were that was American manga. There was just so much. It was so good. There was nothing else in the world like it.
The black and white is the reason why I think I'm obsessed with it. Is because it was my first one. Like, yeah.
And
the
I
black
love
and white of the original Eastman run.
Yeah, I love those. Yeah, and especially because they get their asses kicked to them, and they have to go hide in like northern Massachusetts, and where I'm from.
That's how you know it's bad.
Yeah, I know.
You know it's bad. You gotta hide in northern Massachusetts.
Oh shit. That's our new. Well, it's our new state motto, Massachusetts. At least it's not California.
I'm gonna let you. You know what? I'm gonna let you. You know what? I'm gonna let that slide, motherfucker.
That's okay. Man. Yeah.
It has way more gun deaths.
Taking form, the female form.
Yeah, this. There you go. Just doing some line work. And then
still
we go
might
back
be
into...
male.
What to get between
Aphrodite.
the legs? You never know where it can go.
Aphrodite
I don't know.
herself.
It's a very masculine looking, vagina that he's got there.
Oh Jesus. Oh, yeah. I was wanting to buy the Last Ronin comics, but they cost an arm and a leg over here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are they priced so high? Any
they're imports for you, right?
No, I mean just like in general. If I was looking on other sites as well, and it just seemed like everything is really expensive.
Well, initially they had no confidence in it, so it was a limited run.
Okay,
and then,
that's yeah.
And then they went, okay, this is quite popular, so we'll pump it out next month. So
okay,
but then it was 4 months in between each issue, and then 6 months between the last two, like each. So it was
That explains it then. So it's limited edition, so it's got that it's a rare item. So it's got that going for it. I gotcha. That makes sense then.
Dude,
because I was like, everybody's going crazy about it. It's like, oh man, I want to pick it up and go check it out, and then I just can't afford it.
Yeah, I got there was one copy at our news agents. So I was like, oh, this looks kind of cool, and it was the same price, and it was about 10 pages longer than the normal comic. So I was like, all right, I'm getting my money's worth, even if it is ads. And then as soon as I got it, I went, this is insane. I need to talk to people about it. And then it was about a week. It's probably about a week and a half, I'd say, before the second issue came out. So I hit it at the right time where I didn't have to wait forever. But then,
okay.
But then I had to wait for the third and the fourth, and
That's what I thought about whenever I got to Song of Ice and Fire. I got late into the game. I was like, dude, man, I've read through all the books. I'm ready for this story to end. And then I'm really excited about it. We only got a couple to go. And that was about 10 years ago.
Yeah, I was wondering why all my nerdy friends were like really sad around the early 90s. And now I know that they were up to the Red Wedding,
Yeah.
Dude, as soon as he dies, we're getting all of it.
I know.
Dude, we're getting fucking none of it. He's getting buried in it. That's what his coffin's going to be made out of. He's the last fucking book. That guy's not going to do fucking anything for anyone.
People care about when you reach that level of it all. Like, even look what happened to Howard Stern. He cares about his legacy. and Mr. Martin is I think he's concerned about the integrity of the body of his work and his legacy. And I'm pretty sure like he's that vain glorious that he considers like his work will stand the test of time, as a collection. And I'm once again I just it's so much victimization in those books that like to wait for this current era of oversensitivity to end until those things can like be really published the way that they were meant to be.
Who was that? You were talking about?
I was talking about my mom, and she's really mad at you because the check bounced. Juan, you want to get on that?
Who was like who thinks that their work could stand the test of time? Because that I can think of a few comic book writers who think that way of themselves.
Oh, we were talking about
George R. R. Martin
and George R. R.
No, you're talking about Howard Stern. Howard Stern thinks that he's shit's going to go down forever.
Him too. These people, huge egos, man. Overpaid.
Howard Stern was the ultimate like counterculture guy, and then they went, by the way, we're going to give you millions. You're going to go on a TV show, and you're going to be nice to kids, and then the world's going to love you. And he went, oh, I like this better.
Well, I also think the pandemic
Get a baby
happened
face
too.
turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Howard Stern. I was a huge
fuck Howard Stern. What he did to his core fan base was absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't listened to him since he left terrestrial radio. I loved Stern. I listened to that for years.
Dude, he's still on there, and he still thinks it's the fucking like. That's what I'm saying. Like he's the way in which he talks about
culture.
The way in which he talks about people who do shows like you're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That he said you're only doing this because you can't be a radio DJ. That's the only reason why you're doing this, because you're so much of a loser that you can't do it.
Tom and Andre and I think several other people would like to have a word with him on that.
Yeah.
Well, Tom's a classically trained disc jockey.
Yeah.
In the literal communication, there's an art of broadcasting school. I mean, sure, if you want to be legitimate, go to broadcasting school, learn your trade.
There's nothing legitimate. There's nothing illegitimate about doing it on the internet. That's that old school mentality.
Exactly.
And that's the problem. He's stuck in that. He was the king. He was the king of all media, before all media included the internet.
Mm-hmm. He was the king of the 20th century media.
Yeah.
The 21st century, well, the world has turned and left me
multiple
here.
kings of the 21st century media. Let's be honest, multiple.
Before you appeared, and in your face, an
empty
place. Do you believe what I'm seeing now?
Yeah.
Is that guy in a white hood, Jinja?
Yes.
Okay,
but
that's
it's
all
an
right.
alien kind of thing that's going on. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just like going.
He's a foreigner. He's not racist. That's all right. I was worried.
I'm bringing white hoods back. I'm taking it back.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that reminds me of that. That reminds me of that one scene in Clerks 2 where Randall was saying he was taking porch monkeys back.
We're taking it back.
Taking it back. He's like, honey, you can't taste racism.
What? My grandmother used to call me that when I was a kid all the time.
But also, what did she call a broken bottle? Hey, Eric, what did she call a broken bottle again?
Oh, a broken bottle? I forget.
I'm not going to ask Mac to say it because I don't want to get canceled.
Why is it okay for Mac to say it, but not you?
Exactly. I don't even know what we're talking about. I'm happy to be here.
Because Mac can say it without getting into trouble.
What do you think, Mac? He's one of those people?
I know he's one of those people. I've seen his play. I've seen his face.
Bandito?
Yeah.
what's Latin for black?
I know the answer to this one.
I know what Spanish
You
is. It's
mean-
basically
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
It's negro. It's
There you
negro.
go. Yeah. Just saying. You have to be an idiot to not differentiate, to not be able to differentiate that term.
Yeah, I know. I know, but everybody's so sensitive today.
Mm,
They're not that sensitive in China.
I mean, look at what they did to.
I'm thinking about the Saudis
Look at what
Oh,
they did.
yeah,
To,
not at all.
and the guys, the people from India. I mean, like,
look at what they did
You,
to that.
people from
uh,
Saudi Arabia, you mean the French?
That's
Look
what
at
I was
what-
about to say.
I'm gonna
That's
avoid
good.
that one. That's a
Look
it's
at what
still
they-
too
Having a
hot.
great time over there.
You might burn your hands picking up that fire. Oof.
Everybody's so sensitive. I mean, look at what they did to Nick Merck because he put one tweet because he just became a dad and he didn't want people teaching him his kids sex ed at a young age.
Yeah, because you have to learn it like we all did with a dirty porno magazine that we found at the dump and that we all hid. You know what I mean? And then we all go look at, like, oh, look at
Oh, I
this.
thought you were
What's
gonna
a
say
blow
priest.
job?
I thought you were going to say the cucumber with the condom in sex ed class.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
I mean,
Here's how it goes.
look at what I mean. Not only did Nick Merck,
Mr. Garrison, it was Miss Garrison.
Oh, gosh.
You put
Oh,
it in your
man.
mouth like this, and then
Oh, man.
good to laugh once in a while.
Oh, yes.
uh,
You got to laugh about some of this stuff, man.
Yeah,
I feel like that community has been taking a lot of L's, especially on Pride Month. It's
yeah,
almost like there was a.
yeah. I mean,
I
the
feel like
one
last month was just like an anomaly. It was just like wow. It was just like it's like everything just kind of started to kind of boil over. Everything was blowing up, and then it just kind of masked because it just like there was such pushback
mhm. Or maybe
all
they-
last month. I was like, damn, June is just like a
Yeah, well,
what
like
the hell is happening?
maybe the trend is came to its,
Bud
its
Light
tipping
didn't
point.
help
you
with
know?
that.
It has.
Mhm.
I was
Yeah.
talking about this with my buddies over the 4th of July thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's
telling
as
them.
trends go, trends do peak.
Yep.
yeah,
And
and
I think
what
this is definitely
Yeah.
peaked.
and
Just
one
ask
that-
Bud Light. Ask Bud Light.
Also,
How's it going there?
Bud Light also brought back one of their campaigns from the early '90s that didn't really work. It said, "Not that nothing goes better than Bud Light than a wiener."
I saw
And they were
that.
talk-
I saw
yeah,
that.
and they were talking about the hot dog. I'm just like, "Yep,
Yeah.
makes sense."
yeah, and the same thing goes with Miller Lite.
Dig
They
the hole
tried.
just a bit
they-
deeper.
They tried with the whole no sexy girls on the advertisements, and they don't know their own audience.
Yeah, they
Well,
they backtrack on that real fast.
You know
Yeah.
what? You know what the problem was marketing with that the legal ramifications behind it because they showed the woman's like body and everything, but they blurred out her face.
Yep. Because they
She
have to
didn't get
pay her
any money for
royalties.
that. That's her.
Yeah.
And the thing with it is, she owns the company that all the women that appeared in that, so she got them for everything.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like,
Dude, it's just wicked. It's wicked.
Right.
Wicked people, man.
yeah, breach your
Yeah.
contract and all that, but your face was blurred out. It's like, yes, but 99% of the image was still there.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah.
like
Because the
that's
face
like
was blurred out
removing a
doesn't mean the rest of
trademark.
the just because
Yeah.
it doesn't mean the rest of the image can't be recognized. It can't
Yeah,
be
it-
recognized. Yeah, exactly.
Especially when they've referred it to as their previous campaigns.
yeah.
Mhm.
That's like saying I'm going to take one of Markany's images, but I'm just going to remove a left foot and go, no, this is mine. It's
Yeah,
different. Look, it's blurred.
I remember this one. I remember this art fixture that Makani brought up. That was with Velma. It was this guy who this guy did like this chibi version of the Scooby Gang for Halloween, and this one art fixer, she basically fixed it, turning it into like the Velma cast from the HBO Max series, and it says remember that inclusivity is inclusivity exists. Thank you. And then she had the gall to put her own signature on the picture.
Yeah, and they said, remember that copyright and lawsuits exist.
Yeah.
Yep.
These people are awful. I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine even wanting to fuck one of them. They're so boring and obnoxious and trite and
Yes.
fucking irritating. I'd
Yep.
rather stick my
You mean not
One
even an
wallpaper
angry
face.
fuck?
no.
You wouldn't
No,
even
not
do
even
it.
Because you would have
Not even
consequences
angry,
later.
Close.
I'm not even go. I ain't even gonna go to work. I ain't gonna go that far, but they're not even worth it. Some of these people are not even worth
Yeah,
the
I
R
mean,
word.
yeah, I mean, like the
I can't
Not even
imagine
worth a
what sitting
handy?
at dinner
Wow.
would be like with these people. Like they never want to. Everything has to be about fucking politics or something. Oh god,
It's just,
I
so
mean,
fucking irritating.
Why
like
isn't
the
lettuce? Why isn't the lettuce black or gay?
Mhm.
like
I don't want a
no,
salad that's not.
Well, can my lettuce been picked by diverse people? In other words, they want black people to pick their fucking lettuce for them. Like you fucking assholes. Like who cares?
hey, they're already diverse people picking your lettuce. The people that came across the border just to get a better life from the oppressive Mexican government that is ran by cartels.
I was told they were Swedes with a tan.
Yeah. Also, but the Kotaku piece I brought up for Final Fantasy 16, the first paragraph they brought up Anita Sarkeesian in Gamergate. I'm like, fuck you.
The gaming world moves so quick, and the fact of the matter is they're still referencing 2014 and 15 shit is
Yep.
ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
thought that was like 2012.
No, but I'm saying when
Well,
she was at her peak, when she was doing everything everywhere.
yeah, then that's kind of where it all came to fruition, basically. But like I said, like I was exposed to all this stuff years beforehand with the like 2 years before the whole GG thing set off, and that was with the Mass Effect 3 ending controversy. Because when I remember specifically everybody, the people who were very mad at Mass Effect 3's ending. Then I saw a lot of these articles come out saying calling gamers entitled, and the same thing happened with the 2013 DMC Devil May Cry reboot. People had a problem, and then you know
That's not Dante, and
Yeah.
it's
also
not
that
Dante.
it's not Dante, and using filters to change your ending doesn't make any sense, because there's no way in the world Joker would have left Shepard fucking on Earth and left with everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't like the Mass Effect 3 ending because it was very anticlimactic, because with every Mass Effect
Basically, all your choices
Dude,
only amounted to a
you-
color.
yeah, the
but it's all right. They fixed it. They gave you a fourth choice where you did nothing and everyone died.
Mm-hmm.
there was a no, I'm talking about it with every Mass Effect 1 and 2, there was a big climactic boss battle at the end, but not in Mass Effect 3.
Dude, I didn't care. I didn't care that there wasn't a huge thing with Harbinger at the end.
Mhm.
Honestly, that didn't bother me. It was the fact that all of a sudden that nothing that you did from the time that you get blasted when you're
Mhm.
running towards that beam, all your armor is completely changed. Everything's different. Nothing makes any sense. The only thing that makes sense is the indoctrination theory, and they did nothing with that.
Yeah.
And then it come down to one of three color choices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you get a few little screens at the end. Oh, did you let so and so live? Did you let so and so die? Like your choices came down to nothing, and that was the biggest problem, because Mass Effect was a mass effect of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And
Choices,
yeah, like
decisions.
that being said, it's still a series that I probably would still go back and play again,
Oh,
because I played
yeah,
it once
man.
the
Oh, yeah.
Legendary Edition happened. Like I think because of the world, that's the problem with it. And then Andromeda came out, and yeah. Oh, but like seriously, if you get a chance, go watch the indoctrination theory. There's 12 videos
Mhm.
on it, and it breaks down everything, and it actually gives a proper, better ending with actual evidence within game. It's not a headcanon sort of thing.
Right.
Because it even involves people who developed the game who put certain things in there. You know, like if you use the camera machine, so you can go around, like you pause it and you can take a screenshot, but you can move it around like you can with some games. There's certain characters that are hidden that were there for a reason, and then we're going to come back. But yeah, sorry, you said Mass Effect, and you triggered me.
Sorry,
Dude,
no, it was
massively
just that
triggered.
was the first. The reason I brought Mass Effect because that was the first. That was like the proto like GG thing because it was,
that's what brought me into it. Yeah,
because it was just a whole these articles calling gamers entitled, and then I remember the whole controversy with the 2013 DMC reboot where it was the same thing where the developers Team Ninja, not Team Ninja, Ninja Theory.
Yeah.
They insulted the fan base. The articles did that, and Capcom didn't say a damn thing about it.
Yeah.
And it was also the same thing that with Mega Man, with the canceled Mega Man 3.
Yeah.
Keiji Inafune leaving. And that was kind of my first exposure to all this.
Yeah, one of the things that Capcom had was they didn't read the room. They should have seen the backlash it would have had the DMC had, and they should have went back to the drawing board with that.
But the problem, I think that one of the big problems was that they were desperately trying to make Dante into this very angsty, edgy teen. And when I was like, if you've actually played the DMC, the original DMC games, Dante was never like that.
Dude, they swapped him for his brother. Like plain and simple, he was the opposite character. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, they was role reversal basically.
Yeah, I mean Dante has
also Jinja. What's the first letter of this girl's name? Already pick one.
A.
There you go. Okay. Canonically, this chick's name now starts with A. I was gonna say Z, but that's just me.
Oh well, I picked the first. You picked the last. There we go.
No, because otherwise her name's Az.
Az. Or maybe we can make it where her name starts with an A but it ends with a Z. How about that?
No, so she's still Az.
Or we could we can do the opposite, where her name starts with Z and ends with the A. Zelda. Oh well, there we go.
It could be her last name, like Anna Topaz.
That's
something
cool.
like that too.
Seems
but I don't want to get like caught up with any kind of creator, you know what I mean, mishaps. When this thing goes like viral and it makes you millions of dollars, and I'm gonna be like, hey, I named her. Where's my cut?
Eric.
Yes.
Courtney seems to have a thing, have some angst for the Red Sox or the Sox.
Sure. It sounds like a personal problem. She lived down the street from him for a couple of years. I mean, those fans are fucking crazy.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
It's true.
I saw
Red Sox fans. I hadn't noticed.
I saw a video. The San Diego Padres were hosting the Red Sox, and you know how like in the seventh inning stretch they play Sweet Caroline.
Mid-8th, yeah.
Yeah, the mid-8th.
In mid-7th, we still do Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Yeah.
But why does everyone go bam, bam, bam? That's not even a part of the song.
Well, because that's our wicked local thing, kid.
Yeah, and
we don't give you any crap for the shrimp on the bobby thing.
Because that's not an Australian thing.
It's
an American advertisement.
You made plenty of the Simpsons were right. The Simpsons were right. You guys made plenty of money off of us Yanks. With your slick Dundee and your shrimp on the bobby.
And your Foster's.
Your Yahoo Serious.
Yeah. No one wanted to drink Foster's, so they sent it over to. It's the same thing that England did to Australia. They got rid of their convicts. They sent it over there. It's the same thing that Mexico does to the United States. They get rid of the people they don't want. They just send them over there. Like every country does it.
I resent that.
Hey, you know what?
No.
Oh,
know
you
what?
know,
I got number
I mean,
one.
some of them
Come
are
on,
good
man.
people.
You guys were here first.
Fuck that, dude. The people who end up crossing the border illegally are people who want better lives, and I know that because my dad was one of those people who only came across the border with the clothes on his back.
Should have brought a Foster's.
That's some good
Yeah.
ASMR.
Yeah. But we got the cate. But as I was saying, the video I saw of San Diego, the San Diego Padres were during the middle of the eighth, they were starting to play Sweet Caroline, and all the Padres fans were they were singing, and just when they were about to get to the chorus, all of a sudden, Rickroll plays.
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
Yeah. I could understand a lot of Boston fans went ape shit because of that.
But
Maybe.
isn't he from Canada?
I forgot to mention Jaffo. Thank you, man.
For what?
Well, for what you said earlier, because I was just listening to you guys the whole time. So, but on second thing, thank you for the freaking brushes.
Have they been useful?
They have. I just don't use them that often, but I use them when I need to. But yeah, I
honestly, that's when I use them. I don't typically use them at all. There's like only a couple. I use like 3, maybe 4 brushes most of the time, and every once in a while I use a brush for something.
Yeah, but you know, I still have them, so I still hold them.
Yeah.
I gotta download all of them. They're all here. They're all in this different. They're all in different categories. So I kept a hold of all of them. So
are you liking Clip Studio Paint?
I'm loving it.
Good.
It's a learning curve compared to, you know, I use the Photoshop, and I've never experienced Paint Tool Sai or anything else. So, but I just went for Clip just because I tried it out for like 3 days, and then I just kind of was like, yeah, I'm hooked on this. So I was like, okay, I'll just stick with Clip Studio Paint. So that's what I've been using ever since.
Yeah, I got in trouble at work the other day
complete
for it.
opposite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. I sucked at it because obviously I don't have the same level of artistry that you guys do. But yeah, no, Photoshop. I had to stick with Photoshop. I also have 500 million different brushes that I can use.
Mm-hmm.
So that definitely helps.
Do you watch them after you use them every time?
No, dude. I literally just right click and go new brush set. Bam. I've got literally. I think I've got my favorites, but I've got to the point where now I've called it my favorites 1, 2, 3 up to 37, and so I have no idea which ones are my blood splatter ones, which ones are my different ones, which ones are my real ones, or which ones are even pressure sensitive.
My precious.
It's still so much to go through, man. It's just want to say, Jaffa, your stuff is incredible, man. I was just listening the whole time, and I was just looking at as I was doing thumbnails. I was just like, wow, it's incredible. It's like hopefully I'd love to have you on.
Did we lose him?
Point.
Did I offend him?
Irish goodbye.
Could be,
What?
or it's the internet. Well, it is late his time. It's like 2 o'clock or something like that.
Oh.
I'm probably gonna go take a nap or something. I tried. I'm boring, but like my neighbors were fucking partying last night, and they were just loud.
Okay.
Oh man.
So like I slept on the couch. The wife slept in bed because I couldn't. She has like a mask that she can wear and it covers her ears. Like I had to listen to like, and I was like, nope. I'm gonna go out into the living room and I'm gonna put on something that I can enjoy. Like I'll listen to Gary, or I'll listen to like what's his name? The Law Pope, drawing a blank. Ricada Law, or just anyone who I'll listen to something that I enjoy listening to that I can fall asleep to. And then that's who I was listening to Chopper last night. I like Chopper when he reviews like games.
Yeah.
If you're familiar with Chopper. I like how thorough he is when he goes through like break down, like especially like CODs. He'll break down like campaign, then multiplayer, then whatever zombies. So
I'm not
I like
familiar
the
with
sound of rain falling on a tin roof. 12 hours of that. I fall asleep to
Actually, my favorite browser to use, I'm not using it when I stream, but one of my favorite browsers to use is Opera GX. And the reason
Opera's
is because
excellent.
it has sounds built in, and you can go into like their mod section, and you can listen to like raindrops in the background. As long as nothing else is playing, it'll play like sounds that are like soothing to
Yeah,
help you focus. I love that about it.
probably need to re-download Opera.
So-
Download Opera.
But yeah, I'm getting kind of tired.
All right, man.
Alright.
You want to promote anything or say anything for you? out here?
I mean,
Pimp your
just-
shit.
Just doing my stuff. Let me see if I can here. I guess I'll just one last thing I've been touching up. I've been working on a few things, but like I switch back and forth because I'm too ADD to work on one thing at a time. Let me see if I can
Oh, I see.
do.
Okay. All right.
Okay, hold on. All right, I think I shared it for you. And then let me pick one more. So I've been simultaneously working on this for Tox.
Oh wow.
So very similar. If you saw the one that he did for his hat, so this is this is like another variant. And then I've got this like idea of women on fire. I don't not like in like a obviously a horrible way, but like in like a spiritual something or other way.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
So I've been
Oh, cool.
somewhat
How did you do
influenced by
that one?
I've been somewhat influenced by like Maki because like I like the again I don't typically like color. I don't know. I'm not really a color
Dude,
guy.
how
I've always
did you
been
do that one, man. That's
So-
incredible.
So like I start with like let me go back to here. Where the fuck did I put this shit? I don't know. Dude, I got so much shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Dude, I don't feel worthy. Dude, I feel worthy. I don't feel worthy
so like,
now.
so like I start here. So I started here. I started
Wow.
making like fire. And this
Yeah.
was a proof of concept for like comics and for like basically for yelling at parked cars. So it's not, I don't know if it'll go anywhere. If it'll get used, if it won't get used, who knows? It was something I did. It's proof of concept for yelling at parked cars. It's a combination of photo, hand drawn. I use AI. I use everything. Basically,
Okay.
I kind of play Kit Bash, but I play Kit Bash with the intent of making a digital product as opposed to like if you're familiar with Kit Bash, but like they try to make previs paintings that look like, you know, fantasy or pseudo realistic works of art. I do a bit of all of that. Like I just use whatever I get. I don't care. I'm a printmaker. Printmakers steal shit. We don't give a fuck.
Right.
We get what we get. Like I don't care. So, but I love like my bread and butter is drawing, and it's always been drawing the figure. So that's like where I come from. Like it's always been that. So basically, I started this and I did this fire, and then basically I've just been playing with the concept of like refining the fire. And then like I have an earlier. Let me see if I can go back. Like some of my earlier versions that I never went anywhere with. I have a folder because at some point I want to create like just a book of drawings. Like I don't even care. And I might even just do them as like pencil drawings. So like this was like one of the earliest versions, and I might make just a pencil book, like a book of pencil drawings. And like this was one of the early versions of a woman on fire.
Wow.
So and I like the idea of like she's posing with like a tree, kind of like old like Persian paintings or something. I don't know, but it's not like I'm not necessarily aiming for that aesthetic, but it's
Right.
something that I'm looking at that influences me. And then like I'll just play with this or play with portraits or whatever. It's just what it is. Like I still got to come in and add in like an eye, and I'll probably whatever.
That's
I'll
just
figure out what to do.
stunning, man. It's stunning. That's a poster.
So, but like that's whatever. It's what I do, man. Just like I don't know. Like it's just work, man. I just fucking make it. That's all.
It's beautiful, man.
So,
It's gorgeous. Dude.
But yeah, here's like Tox wants a Hawaiian shirt. So there you go. Like trying to make Hawaiian designs.
Mhm.
So, but and there's another one. So I'm not sure. I was gonna put like a car in here driving along the bottom. Not done with this one yet. So, but yeah, I'm kind of everywhere and sort of doing a lot of different things, and just working when I can. The rest of the time I'm at home. I mean, I work my jobs. So,
Right.
and then that's it. Like, that's all I'm doing. I'm just trying to do what everyone else does. And usually, oddly enough, like, I don't know, like, it's kind of weird. Like, I don't know. I'm somewhat influenced mostly by you guys, because you guys are the ones on here and like putting yourself out there. And that's kind of what's influenced me over time to slowly do it. Like, and I really kind of still stick within, within like yelling at parked cars and comics division and like making memes and all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
Just because I don't know, like maybe I'm making excuses, and excuses like assholes. Everybody's got one. They all smell like shit. But I've got a lot on my plate, and I'm trying to deal with it all. So, and that includes like the art, but it includes work and all the bull crap that comes with that. So I'm just trying to manage it and figure out how to manage it. And then just keep producing. Like, that's all. Just keep producing.
Yeah, man. Just keep on going at it.
Keep grinding.
So
Fine,
yeah,
man.
here's
Fine.
another culture one. This one's for culture. So
That's cool. You do some great work, dude.
So yeah, I might have here's a slightly further version. I'm not sure if I'm going to combine this with the other one that I showed you guys with the big gun. So, but again, the goal is like a movie poster. So I'm trying to figure out the background. So,
did you ever see the one that I did for Culture a long time ago?
I'm trying to.
It was for one of his earlier shirts on Teespring.
I
did a couple.
But did he buy that though? Didn't he also buy it and like he has it framed or something?
I'm not sure, but let me see if I could find it.
I like your line. I like that line work on Culture Casino. There, you remind me of the artist Billy Tucci, the artist of She.
Okay.
Because I mean, I just found this out about him. He went to school at FIT in Manhattan, the Fashion Institute of Technology, and I'm like,
okay,
wow, I totally see it now. I mean, it was a different approach to. He went to commercial art, and he applied a trade of comic books out of that. So I'm just like,
yeah.
wow.
I mean, like in some of the earlier images I showed you that I have in like in one of my things of work that I have, like I think, didn't I share? Present here. Like, I think I shared like here. Where did it go? A lot of my images have like you'll see like there's when I used to draw from the book, like there's my Rapidograph pen.
Jinja,
That's my favorite, one of my favorite
pens. Me up just a little bit. This was I don't have the full picture, but this is one of the first sketches I did, or this is one of the first WIPs I inked up for Culture. It was for his Teespring. So mainly because I don't put my commission work in my Google Photos. So, but yeah, that was one of the first earlier ones that I could find. I'm trying to see if I can find anything. Here we go. This was. I don't have. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
That
Here we
one
go.
right
This
there.
is it. This is it right here.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
the one I did that. Yeah, I did that for Culture shirt design. Then I did a colored version for that as well. So.
Well, the whole thing with the one that I'm working on was like I memed him, and I used like a combination of like photo assets and like some AI and stuff, and I memed him on the show where I did something with him, and it was like a Toyota Yaris on fire,
right?
And like, but it was done in a cool way. But then like he got super excited, and he's like, "Oh my god, that's amazing!" And I just gave him the file, And I was like, yeah, here you go. I was like, how could you dare like a Toyota Yaris? Like that shouldn't be allowed. Like it's so aesthetically awful. It's like a porcupine fucked a dustbuster and we got a fucking Toyota Yaris. Like sorry.
Find it. No, it's not in here.
So,
okay. But yeah, that was one of the early works they did for Culture. That was for his Teespring. So yeah.
But yeah, I always liked my my technical pens. Like I've always been preferred that. And then there's certain comic book artists, and I can't think of their names, that had a big influence on me, like Alan something, or it's not Alan Moore, but I'd have to look it up and see if I could find it. But there's various comic book artists that have had like a pretty big influence on me over time. I just can't think of the name. So, but yeah. So, but anyway, I mean, I'm grateful. Thank you guys for having me on. Like,
Hey, no problem.
It's nice.
You're always welcome. You're always
nice
welcome.
to be here. It's nice to chat and like people can see what I've been up to or what I'm doing or
Yeah.
you know, whatever. So
Yeah.
I'd love to extend an invitation for you to come on my
Sure.
I mean that seriously.
Sure. I mean, just let me know. I'll try and I'll do what I can. I don't mean to. Sometimes me cussing like a sailor is a bit of a automatic response. I try not
That's
to.
fine. That's fine.
So I try not to, but because I know like it can mess with the stream, especially Jinja. You're monetized now, aren't you?
No. I'm
you're not?
almost at 400 subs.
Oh, I thought you were already monetized. So my bad.
No. There's a lot of anti-Ginger animosity out there, so it's not going to happen to me anytime soon.
He's getting there. As soon as he proves he's got a soul, the proof of that is he's got to walk through a supermarket door that has the automatic door opener. Because
see, that's the problem.
Yeah,
the whole soul thing, man.
Remember when Bart sold his soul to Millhouse and the doors wouldn't open for him? The automatic doors there. Kept walking in.
Open up Millhouse.
I like his I like the Boston accent. It reminds me of Marky Mark back in like 1995.
Come on. Feel the vibration. Yo, it's about that time to bring forth the rhythm of the rhyme. Marky Mark, and I'm here to move you. You feel it, baby? I feel it too.
So, I guess oddly enough, like I tend to push things that I don't that actually aren't associated with me. Something I really enjoy. If you're not familiar with and you want to watch it on YouTube, it's one of the funniest things out there. Check out Space Ice. He does these great Jean-Claude Van Damme versus Steven Seagal reviews. They're so hilarious. They're fantastic. You can't go wrong. Like if you love movies, if you loved action movies, if you grew up watching like Jean-Claude Van Damme or Steven, they're just watch Space Ice. Like you can go down a rabbit hole for Space Ice.
That sounds awesome, man.
So, but great to you guys. I hope the chat has a wonderful day. Thank you again.
Yeah.
Thanks again,
see you guys
Chapo,
later.
man. Your work is awesome,
Great
dude.
meeting
Just
you,
keep on working
Thank you.
hard.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Cheers.
I'll be around.
What's up, man?
Catch you on Twitter or something, assuming I don't hit like my read limit or whatever that's all about. I don't know.
Jeff, I just want to say thank you, man. You've been you're actually one of my oldest channel members. So you've been
I mean, it started sometime. Yeah, it started sometime during COVID, I think. I don't remember when.
No.
Back.
When I got monetized, you're one of my oldest channel members, actually.
Oh yeah. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it was a long road for you too, because I've been watching you for since right around the beginning of COVID, I think.
Yep. That's when it started. August is when it it was right around being in COVID that I started.
Yeah. And it's kind of a bummer for me. I'm not able to be as active with like being a viewer because COVID was weird, and not that we need to linger on that, but like you could get away with a lot more at work. Like I was able to keep streams on in the background. Sometimes I would just listen to them while I was working. Sometimes I could even have headphones in while I was working. But now it's very much like it used to be. Like that's not really a thing. It's a lot harder for me. Like even if I am listening and I'm in the like I'm working and lurking, like I don't have time to pull out my phone and chat because I'm just
Exactly.
too like the long story short, because like again, like I said, I got in trouble because a good friend of mine, I was showing him your channel and he just got an iPad. And I got written up at work because he wanted like to get like he was asking me about drawing apps for because he likes to do anime and stuff. And he was like, and I just got excited and I was just talking about drawing apps and our 15-minute break ran into like 20-25 minutes and they were like, you're so I'm like, all right, whatever.
Good to know that. It's good.
So it's just like, all right, fine, you're a prick. I get it. I get paid for what I do. You get paid for what you know how to do. Shamefully, you just don't know how to do it that well. So F off and I'll go back to work.
Well, the funny thing with me was I stopped using my after I got in trouble screwing up a job because I was listening to my headphones and then it just kind of stopped altogether and it helped increase my positivity. So that's why I don't check my phone all the time at work now. So
yeah, no, now I just bring like I've gotten accustomed to them. And now I just bring if I can, I'm not opposed to it, but like I'll use whatchamacallit, I just put in earplugs because then I don't have to tolerate everyone.
Hey, Kenzo, we got another
What's going on,
Jinja.
boys?
Doing all right?
But I'll see you guys later. I gotta go.
All right,
man.
Bye,
See ya,
Jaffo.
Jaffo.
Bud.
See you guys.
Bye,
Good to see
Jaffa.
you, man.
much love, man.
From Jaffo to Jinja.
From
The two
Jeff and
J's.
Kenzo.
What's up,
Yes,
Kenzo?
I wanted to bring the numbers up here because I heard James talking about they're trying to get rid of us.
I know. I needed your help. You felt the force. The force is strong in you.
You actually, we were talking about you last night on the Legion stream.
Really?
Yes.
Some mad
Just I was just saying
I am
about
not
you.
gonna
bashing
lie.
me.
You done some good posters and stuff for the.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. On the last, I guess on Friday's FNT,
Yeah.
I saw the thumbnail, and for a moment, I thought they had the lovely Sherry on. I was like, "What?"
Yeah. Well, I didn't watch FNT this week as it goes.
I
caught bits and
only
pieces
watched-
of it. So
I'm not gonna watch the Indie Jones, and I have no like interest in it
Mhm.
whatsoever.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
It's estimated to lose money.
oh yeah, it's probably gonna arguably maybe a bigger flop than Flash was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no interest in it.
Or the Little
Oh, yeah,
Mermaid.
zero.
Or the
But
Little
really,
Mermaid.
the big talk is the fact that because it's going to be a huge financial flop, it is leading to how is Iger and everybody, Iger and Co. going to handle with Kathleen now, because she's not going to get fired. She's going to have to. She's going to retire. She's going to retire. She's gonna
Eventually,
retire.
she's no spring chicken.
No, and
Yeah.
she's going to be given a golden parachute. They're probably going to give her like a huge
She's
award.
Hollywood royalty. She's going
ceremony.
nowhere.
Yeah, they're not going to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna
She's get
they're
all
gonna
the pomp and circumstance. They're gonna name fucking schools after her in LA
Yeah.
and stuff. I mean, she was one of the first women, big time Hollywood bigwigs. I mean, seriously, her face is on Feminist Mount Rushmore. There's nothing you can do about it. It's like,
Yeah, but
it's like the end of Goodfellas. Yeah, well, that's that, and there's nothing that we can do about it.
that's Casino.
No, that's Goodfellas. What? What are you talking about? There was a problem, it was for Billy Bats and a lot of other stuff too. They shot Tommy in his face so his mother couldn't give him an open casket.
Yeah. They actually got that wrong. They actually got that one wrong. He wasn't shot in the face or anything. They just couldn't find the body.
It's an adaptation.
Yeah, I know. I saw the history. I've seen the history buff on his take on Goodfellas, and
Henry Hill and what was Jimmy the Gent's real name?
Forget, but
Yeah, he has a different name to what he has in there.
yeah,
right. A couple of them do. Tommy does, Jimmy does,
Yeah.
and Paulie Cicero is a different name too. But Henry's Henry.
Yeah, Henry's-
Henry, I worry about you, Henry. You might crack under questioning. No, Tommy. I'm not gonna go out with it, Tommy. Great.
His name was Jimmy Burke, but in the movie,
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
Jimmy Conway.
Jimmy
in
Conway.
the movie,
Yeah.
he was
Jimmy the
Jimmy
Jet.
Conway.
He gave $100 to the bartender for keeping the ice cold.
Yeah, but in the movie, he was named Jimmy Burke. In the actual life, he was Jimmy the Jet Conway, and they actually changed the name because he was up for parole
Mhm.
when the movie came out.
How did that work out?
Yeah, it didn't.
It
No,
didn't.
he died, right?
Every
Yeah.
time I hear the name Conway, and I my first thought is Jerry Conway, and I'm like, that guy's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, but Two Gun Tom, the person that Joe Pesci played, they actually miscast him because the real Tommy was actually like 6'2", almost 300 pounds,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
Joe
you
Pesci's like
get the
5.
perfect actor, though. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Joe Pesci
Like,
nailed it. It's,
Hugh Jackman is a foot taller than Logan,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean,
yeah.
here's the Goodfellas screenplay off of my bookshelf.
Really.
I love this movie, dude. This is a great screenplay. If you ever read a screenplay, it's an interesting form of fiction. And
Yeah.
as far back as I can remember, like I always wanted to be a gangster.
And
Yeah.
aw, shucks.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
look like a gangster.
You know
What am I
who
gonna do? I have to toughen up this kid. You're wasting all
know-
my towels.
you know who who they say actually killed Tommy? It was John Gotti who actually killed Tommy because they said that Billy Batts was one of his best friends, and he wanted revenge. So the guy they said that would either pulled the trigger and killed him. It was actually John Gotti.
Indeed.
interesting.
Did not know that.
Now, has everyone here seen the other Scorsese gangster movie, The Irishman? And it came
I
out.
have not seen that.
It
I've
came out
I've
over
heard so many good
COVID.
things about that.
It came
Yeah.
out over COVID, and so it had a very, very, very limited theatrical release.
Yeah, it was released in theaters. Yeah,
But it was on
Yeah.
Netflix. That was the big thing. It was a Netflix,
Yeah.
premiere. You know what I mean? And I immediately bought it on Blu-ray. I got the Criterion version with all the extras and all that wonderful Criterion thoughtful packaging, and just this really beautiful slow burn of a gangster movie from
Yeah.
Scorsese. Wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good shit.
I love those kind of movies, but my dad hated it. He thought it was boring.
I liked it. It did have some drawn out parts, but
Mhm.
it was good.
Yeah.
you almost have to come in with kind of a different approach when
Mhm.
you watch a film that is a slow burn.
Yeah,
You
and
have to come in
Yeah.
kind of with
the
different-
whole thing is in the Irishman. It's the thematic and emotional opposite of Goodfellas, because
Yeah.
none of those gangsters are having fun doing their jobs. The entire time of Goodfellas, they are having a blast, man. It is so fun. They're a rock band. You know what I mean? They're having so much fun doing what they're doing, which is violence
Mhm.
and crime. And then over on Irishman,
You
it's
see
a
his
lack-
relationship with his family deteriorated.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And and especially Joe Pesci too. He plays it straight. He plays it so straight, and he never breaks. I mean, it's wow. What a good actor! And what
I know it sounds kind of weird, but Robert De Niro even pulled kind of an Irish person's face, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
He looked,
Mhm.
yeah, it looked
Yeah.
legit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Even though he's Italian, I think he played well as an Irish someone who's Irish. And I think they got. I think that I've seen some scenes, but I think Al Pacino did play a good Jimmy Hoffa?
Mm-hmm.
Because like Hoffa was always this center of attention kind of guy, and Al Pacino can always bring out those hammy moments.
So other than Heat, is there any other films with both of them in? Like, and Godfather 2 as well.
Yeah, Godfather 2.
With De Niro and Pacino?
Yeah.
Heat by Michael Mann.
Mhm.
And then there's another one out there that came out after Heat that like nobody knew about because it just wasn't marketed, straight to video kind of thing.
Mhm.
Look it up.
But they weren't on screen together in Godfather, obviously.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's called Righteous Kill from 2008.
Yeah.
That doesn't ring a bell at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What is Righteous Bell? It is a mystery drama. It is 1 hour, 43 minutes long. 50 Cent in it. Carla Gugino, I love you. Donnie Wahlberg. John Leguizamo.
They were also in House of Gucci together.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. That's with
yeah.
It was also with Lady Gaga too in House of Gucci. If I remember.
Hang on.
She was in House of Gucci. Yeah.
Let me see the cat. Who was it? Who's the cast?
Oh, that's right. De Niro and Pacino. Yeah, they worked together, weren't they?
Yeah,
only a couple times. It was a bit. Heat was the first time they were ever on screen together, and that was in 1995.
All right.
So that was a huge, unique thing.
Yeah,
like,
that was a big deal.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
That was a big deal because that was something.
All right.
He had this mercilessly long runtime. God, that just took me out of that movie.
Which movie?
Heat by Michael Mann.
Yeah.
Right. The main cast for House of Gucci was Jared Leto, Adam Driver, Lady Gaga, Camila Keaton, Al Pacino, Jeremy Irons, Salma Hayek, Robert De Niro, and Jack Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was an all-star cast. It was
an
all-star cast. Yeah.
I haven't seen House of Gucci yet. Meant to.
It's usually one of those where it's like you have a film with an all-star cast, it just doesn't do well at the box office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Ridley Scott movie, so I'd watch it anyway, just because. I mean, damn. All right, I'm gonna put that on the list. PTS OTL. Put that on the list.
I got. Man, I finally got the tickets to upcoming comic book con that's coming up in Sacramento. I couldn't go to StockToCon because I spent most of my money for saving up for it to buy groceries. But then but
it's a wise decision.
Yeah, but I'm able to. Yeah, I'm able to get some of the money. I'm able to.
You could eat your Warhammer dolls, but that's gonna hurt coming out.
Yeah,
it's not edible.
Especially some of those chaos ones.
Yeah, I don't worship chaos. It's the Almighty God. It's the Almighty.
It's not edible.
It's the Almighty God Emperor for me, or Gork and Mork.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go to Comics First, which is a small convention in Sacramento. I finally got the tickets, so I got the tickets for me, my brother-in-law, and my sister. My brother-in-law is into video games, but my sister, she loves Doctor Who and Stranger Things. So I think she'll have a blast over there. And she always said she wanted to go to a comic book convention because of all the cosplayers that go there.
Hubba hubba.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying. You want to make SDCC a big thing again? Have an FNT panel. Just watch.
Hey,
next FNT meetup is the San Diego Comic-Con.
To be completely honest about meetups, potential probable meetups in the future, my friend Wes from Thinking Critical is going to be visiting Dallas in 2025, and especially for Fan Expo. So I'm going to plan to be in Dallas in 2025, and maybe even talk him into maybe we can do the panel show live like those guys do. We can do a comics
Yeah.
aficionados live.
Oh, definitely.
Because
Oh, wow.
Josh will be there.
Yeah.
I could totally. If he hasn't, I could totally see July do a like a rip reverse panel.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Live.
Exactly.
but
So
Fan
I'm
Expo.
pretty sure they won't let Eric July in there.
Why?
Why?
as a table,
Uh,
like
Well,
take his
like
money.
artist alley kind of thing.
I don't think it's an artist alley, but I think I actually have a panel.
yeah, but
You'd be surprised what they authorize. I mean, Chrissy Marr and
That's right.
Anna got Simcast live
That's right.
wow.
at Boston Fan Expo last year. Yeah, Mike, with the entire group of us, there was 10 of us, and we were the last 2 rows. And I got to meet Anna, I got to meet Chrissy, I got
was that the photo. That was the one that we were showing the photo of you in the Captain America suit.
yeah, and that Zia,
Okay, that was in
Zia
Boston.
Anderson was
Okay.
there too. It was funny because they had the table was right next. The panel table was right next to the kid pen with all the the pen where all the infants and toddlers go. So
Yeah.
you had to watch their language.
Yeah.
So that was funny. They did a PG
That was
simcast.
awkward.
Yeah, it was funny.
Sorry.
One of
go
the
ahead.
things one of the things I would like to see on a Rippercast is Eric July and Chuck Dixon up there just talking comic books.
Yeah, they probably could schedule something like that.
I
That's
mean, you
Yeah, it's
have
probably gonna happen.
you have
doable.
you have one of the hot new guys and one of the old veterans on there.
Yeah.
So
on
I
on
do
there.
I did forget to mention. I didn't buy any books, but I did back 2 books yesterday.
Wow.
First one was Common America Volume 8 with the omnibus. And the second one was, I think it was Super Plumber Sisters by Draw and Talk.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
that. Looks good, man.
I'm thinking about getting the She Omnibus
Mhm.
by Bill Tucci.
They had an independent comic creator on Velocity yesterday.
Really? Who was it?
Yeah. Michael. I'm terrible
Mike
with names.
Barron.
No. It was called the Lucent Death or something. his
Michael
comic.
Bancroft.
Michael Bancroft.
Yeah. That's it.
Bancroft.
His artwork is amazing.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
He's Australian, correct?
I got to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
I got to.
He lives in
I got to
Victoria,
see
but he's from
him a couple
Queensland.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
One thing.
incredible,
If you
yeah.
get Eric July, if you get
It's
Eric,
actually I have. Is it? I think it's called Kozor that I have his book. It's on my shelf. I'll have to bring that out at some point. But yeah, I think I have his book.
one of the things, if you have Eric July at a comic book convention, try to keep him away from Fake Holiday because if they see each other, they'll start to throw down.
Yeah,
I'm waiting till I
I'm
get
waiting
paid.
for that.
I'll wait until I get paid again to back ISOM number 2. It just sucks. There's not going to be a signature, a signature edition of that because for issue 1, I immediately went and got the signed copy of it.
I have ISOM number 1, and I love that book. And
Hey, Jinja,
Yeah.
I saw your tweet about the Ripperverse fan art.
Oh, yeah. Sucks, but oh well. What can you do?
Same for me, dude. I was all like, yes, of course, I
Yeah,
might do it.
like-
And then I actually
But you have to be of US.
But
Yeah,
you need to put that. If I have any complaints, you need to put that in your tweet.
Can you just identify as a US citizen?
Yeah, that's a good Kenzo. I like where you're
Maybe I
going
think
there.
that's something you can have. Maybe that's something that you maybe can ask.
I'm
for
I'm
reverse.
trans-American.
Maybe
Or
that's
you can
something
have it
that-
like
You could probably, in my Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the state I live in, you'll probably be able to vote with a mail-in ballot next election cycle because apparently we're giving the non-naturalized not citizens, the residents, the ability to vote in local elections and to get driver's licenses.
No, but I think it's something that you should probably look into. Probably reach out to the Ripperverse team to see if that's something they consider for the next time they do a fan art contest. To consider consider artists who aren't consider interests from outside.
It said resident. It said resident, not citizen, right?
Yeah,
As well.
resident.
Yeah, it has to be resident. But
yeah.
there's something
And there was
maybe to
just-
consider next time.
Yeah.
Is to because I know
They
it's
said they
probably
had to do
been-
it because of legal issues. So
right,
Well,
right.
okay,
it's
here's
probably-
here's an
that's
idea.
probably a bitch,
Both of
yeah.
you make your art and share it with the world, but you're disqualified from the contest. But you can still
Yeah,
be
you
part of
still
it and have
make
fun.
it. But
Yeah.
I think
Well,
it's
that's
because
the
one of
thing,
the
that's the thing.
prizes.
Okay.
Sorry, Mike.
So Eric, that's the thing. Sorry about that. But no, that's the thing that Bruce was last week on Marketing Live. Bruce was trying to heckle me to do the fan art contest. And I think a lot of people were telling me to as well. And I told him, I was like, I'm probably going to be doing some Riververse fan art at some point.
Yeah, I thought about
for
it.
contest reasons.
Well, that's cool.
I
Like what
thought
you
about it.
said.
After,
You might
yeah,
win.
after seeing that animated thing. I thought about it as well. That hit home, man. That was.
There must be
I
so
got
many
the feels.
technicalities and legalities, having a contest and
Yeah.
then offering it outside of your nation.
I think if it was just prizes, then I think he could probably do it. But I think the fact that one of the prizes is a contractual work agreement, so therefore he would have to go into visas.
You're running into a lot of legal issues. Plus,
your
even
taxation issues.
Even if somebody won that wasn't a resident U.S., shipping would be a bitch.
It's a good caveat too. I mean, I've offer only valid in the continental U.S.
Yeah,
sorry, that excludes Hawaii.
Maybe if Rippaverse can do big
Alaska,
enough, maybe if
Guam,
Rippaverse can
Puerto
be big
Rico.
enough, they could do like an international competition.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think they probably will after. Like the responses, there's
Right.
Jinja's not the only person who I've seen.
Yeah,
on
no,
Twitter.
a lot of other people would probably outside of the states.
I mean, there's artists worldwide that are sort of, especially in like Central and South America that are
huge
into
huge Rippaverse fans.
Treat it like wrestling, the Intercontinental Champion.
Oh yeah.
Like an intercontinental.
I'm already the people's
fan art
champ.
contest.
Exactly. The people's elbow.
An intercontinental fan art contest. There you go.
And then she'll do a Ginger's only one.
Yeah, only for
Jinja's
Jinja.
talking
Only
me
for
down.
Jinja.
You two would make a great tag team.
Exactly.
The Soulless.
Called the Ginger Bros.
That's great.
Like the Dudley Brothers,
That would be good. I'm down.
I'm up for it.
We
Bring
could
it
wear
on.
orange tights.
Wasn't that
Oh,
already
yes.
an English pop band in the late 80s? The twin brothers.
Because
Ginjas,
unfortunately,
Bros, I remember Bros.
Ginger,
They had blonde hair. They were blonde.
fortunately, I do need to. I do have.
No,
to
one
get
of
my-
one
Yeah,
of them
actually, I'm
is-
gonna probably wrap up the stream here in about 1 minute or 2 minutes
Okay.
or so because it's about.
Do you remember the
1:04.
Hellboy movie, Eric? The second one that with the elf guy.
Golden Army.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Prince guy, Ali McBeal's brother. He was in Bros.
He was always one of the twins.
Yeah, he's one of them.
Oh, Jesus.
Did not know
Yeah.
that.
I don't know which
Guys
one.
from-
Matt. It was Matt or Luke, but I can't remember which one.
Well,
guys from
Matt,
Spend
you're
Over
gonna,
LA
you're gonna
were-
pop out here then?
Yeah, I'm gonna pop out because
right.
I got to get ready for my show in 2 hours.
Make like a
Awesome.
baby and head out.
So,
I like that one. Used it.
of course, Greatest Sunday Afternoon Art Show on YouTube starts at
Indeed.
11 a.m. Join me, Bruce Lombardo, and Matt Small Bear. The focus for today is what I'm drawing today, and that is
It's
Philia
Good.
of Skullgirls, a 16-year-old, which we'll get into that, because there has been a huge controversy regarding the game that I don't know if anybody realizes that what Lab Zero is doing is setting a dangerous precedent, because they're doing an update that is basically making a lot of censorship and a lot of changes to an 11-year-old game. That's
I saw this.
that
Yeah.
is anti-consumer. It is anti-consumer behavior, and it is setting a very dangerous precedent moving forward. So, and they're getting destroyed. They're getting absolutely destroyed, and even the freaking defenders can't. Even the freaking defenders, people who are pro censorship, that don't even have a strong claim behind it. So yeah, that's going to be the focus. So I am drawing Philia. So if you want to, you're more than happy to try to come at me with the P-word comments. But yeah, you're all a bunch of straw man arguments.
She's
So,
16, right?
yes.
Yeah, that's all good in the UK.
Yeah. yeah, we're gonna get into that on Sunday. So yeah, it's gonna be 2 back-to-back rants basically because I was doing a huge rant on the whole Spider-Verse thing, and now I got to do I want to do one on this, and then just prove one. But yeah, see that on at 11 after 2 hours from now. So
well, that's my 15-year-old daughter always tries to go out the house looking worse than that. To be fair, you have to.
That's true. So
are we
no,
signing
you're
out?
not going.
no, I'm just I need to leave
yeah.
because I just need to get everything ready.
Okay.
And usually it takes me. Usually I got to set up like an hour. I got to set everything up like an hour beforehand before we go live anyway. So
Well, the captain advises you put your seatbelts on and put your trays in the upright position. We'll be landing momentarily.
there you
Hey,
go.
try to stay cool and hydrated. It's gonna be another hot one today.
Yeah, it is. It's 80 right now.
Yeah.
So I went to a birthday party. I went to a birthday party for my coworker's nephew. And it was 90 when I left where I was at. However, it started to cool down once we get through San Francisco, and it was like 70. It was like the upper 60s when I got to Daly City. So it was interesting. So
Yeah, up here in Fairfield, it got up to 108.
yeah, it's getting hot. Yeah, it is definitely getting hot. It's that July heat. So anyway, I will see you guys. I'll see you guys on Mock Me Live on my channel in 2 hours.
All right, man.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks for joining, bud.
All you guys.
Yeah.
Later.
All right, take it easy.
That's it.
Yeah, actually, I am gonna go ahead and start shutting down the stream because it's 1 o'clock here.
Oh
Damn.
wow.
Yeah,
Time
and
flies.
yeah, I'm still working with the leftovers from yesterday.
Okay.
Going very slow. So, Bandito, if you want to.
All right. Hey, this is Bandito Bane, the well-rounded nerd, the Super Spider-Man fan, and the Warhammer noob. Hey, thanks for coming on. I'm sorry about the Spider-Man review for Spider-Man, Spider Shadows, and Spider-Man Fairy Tales. I tried to get it out, but there's no excuse. The more heat that generates, the more lazy I get. But I will get it. I will get it out this week, and after that, I will start with the review to the Warhammer novels by Sandy Mitchell and Dan Abbott. Sandy Mitchell, from the first book from the Caiaphas King series, Heroes of the Imperium, as well as Dan Abbott's Gaunt's Ghost, Tanith First and Only, Tanith First and Only. And after that, I will probably be trying to either do more Warhammer or Spider-Man content, but I'm also working on some fan fiction on fanfiction.net. So if you guys want to help as a beta reader, or even help with my comic book, email me at bombermanefx@gmail.com. So thanks for coming in, and as I say when I sign off on my videos, keep playing and God bless.
Awesome, man. Thank you. All righty, and we'll go to Sully.
Hi.
There you go, you handsome gent.
What? Oh, hi everybody in TV land. How you doing? I'm Eric O'Sullivan, ordained minister of the internet, hence Reverend Sully. I make daily content. I'm a growing channel, and you should come on by and subscribe. Stop, drop, and giggle. I got the good stuff. We talk about cooking. We talk about spirituality and purpose. And we also talk about comic books daily, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. That's when the premiere of the show is. There's always a happening live chat premiere. And you, too, can continue this comic book shop style conversation in the comment section. I love coming to hang out with James every Sunday here, be part of this artistic process and see it all come together. I like what he did today. I like her form. I like seeing it, be fleshed out, literally, and it's really nice to hang out with everyone and talk about art. and talk about pop culture and everything. And you all have a good week. And thank you, James. And thank you, Kenzo. Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Makini. Thank you, Greg. Grant Gregory. And yeah, and everyone in the chat.
There we go, man. Thank you, bud. Thank you. And yeah, I really appreciate you always coming on here, man.
And check out James's comic book, Anti-Junk Steam Western issue number 0. The link is in the chat.
Thank you, sir. I am my worst promoter. I am.
Eric, I just dropped a link in the chat. I don't know if it's to a little something I posted on Twitter last night. I don't know if you could bring that up quickly for me before we go.
Who, me?
It's just
Eric?
Eric can do it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I see you're busy, James.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just something. Yeah. It was just something I've been working on this week. I'm hoping to have it finished by next Saturday. It's just like a little intro parody of another anime. I'm sure Bandito will know what it is when he sees it.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. That is awesome.
Let me try
I started it last week, and I'm hoping if all goes well, I should have it finished by next Saturday. It's only going to be about 40 seconds long. We're currently trying to find a new place to live at the moment, so a lot of my projects are kind of on hold, but this is just something I've been working on. It's very short. That's all I've done so far.
That is awesome, dude. Boondocks was one of my favorite pseudo animes.
Yeah, it's not technically anime, is it? But it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm just basically going to do a parody of the Boondocks intro and just instead of the Boondocks characters, I'm using my own versions of the full Aussie cast. So
cool.
That should hopefully be done by sort of next week. Sort of displaying some of my learnt skills that I've been picking up along my journey into animation.
Yeah, man, keep on rocking it there. It feels like you're up in your game every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah, man. Sorry. I'm heading out so early. I just
no, not at all. Sorry for dropping in so late, yo.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. And you're always welcome on here. And yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Eric, I saw in the private chat. I am since I don't pay for this, there is like a 6-person limit.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might have been one of the reasons Grant Gregory just kind of popped out as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's very gracious like that. But yeah, man. Thanks, Kenzo. Appreciate it, bud.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah. Keep on kicking butt.
I'll try and get in a bit earlier next time.
You do what you got to do. That's no
you
problem.
You get dad stuff too, man. You got a life.
Yeah.
Yes, I was doing dad stuff today.
Real life things. It's all cool, man.
And ladies and gentlemen, I also dropped in the chat here. These are James's rates for his commissions.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
nice
like international shipping rates do apply, but being a patron to the art is priceless.
I need to hire you. I'm not kidding. I need to hire you.
I'm going to write this stuff down for you. You can clip that.
Okay.
You can be my manager too.
I might have to do that.
That's cool, man. But yeah, his rates are right there. It's pinned on his Twitter page, and yeah, that's.
Yeah, and with all the Osaka commissions being finished, I will start opening up for commissions again. So I do need to do a promo about that, and
indeed, there we go.
Something
and
I'll have to.
And let's end the show with what's her name?
What was it? I've got so much work to do. I have a feeling that I'm going to be a lot better at getting this progressed tomorrow than I am today. Things are kind of going to slow, but yeah, this is what I got going so far.
She's beautiful.
Well, it's a model picture that I've got. It's not a picture. It's like from like a free model book or whatever they have. They do all these poses. So I just kind of changed it around, and
she's very Dejathorus, man. She's got nice feet too.
Yeah. The feet. I'm going to. I'm going to play around with these guys in the background as well. I might throw in a spaceship or something, but or some kind of like I was kind of mixing like fantasy and sci-fi today. So which I like doing that, mixing the genres.
You seem to be getting more into the body style images after your that meditation drawing session you had.
Yeah, I love doing figure work, man. And so for me, drawing and illustrating the model is my favorite thing to do,
Yeah.
without a doubt. Especially live models. It's my Zen moment, man. It's just one of those times where
Hey, I don't mind. I love
you don't
looking
think
at
about
live
anything.
models too.
For me, man, it's nothing
naked
but
ladies.
like shapes, but the woman has the most beautiful shape out there. It's a
Amen.
fact. Sorry,
Amen to
guys.
that. Amen
Yeah,
to that.
and just been lucky enough to find online some people who are really professional and enthusiastic about it, and yeah, so it's good. It's good stuff. Yeah, but it is my yeah, I just enjoy doing that and trying and there was a guy in Tokyo who I met, and he organized one of these online things, and after we were done, we kind of I put up the work that I'd been. Whoops, that's not what I meant to
Hello.
do. I put up the work that I did, and he's just like, "Oh, it'd be great to see you incorporate that within your other work as well." And it's true. I have the tendency to get too like I'm very like with my figure drawing work. I'm very loose,
Mhm.
and with this kind of stuff, I tend to get a little bit more, honed in, and maybe like I lose something whenever I work for too long. So I'm trying to incorporate that within these, but then I end up just dabbing at it too long. I need to get to some Bill Sienkiewicz kind of stuff. You know what I mean? That's what I want. That's what I want to do. And so that means I just need to get a little bit more, reckless with it and not care about like making any kind of mistakes or anything like that. So it's a work in progress. Work in progress. But thank you guys for hopping on the show tonight. Appreciate it. Appreciate all of you guys out there in the chat who came and stopped on by and gave some of your very precious time and spent some of
Hanging
your
out.
precious time hanging out and watching the show. And I'll be in better form next week as well. I'm still just feeling a little bit from that 4th of July party yesterday.
Is it 4th of July weekend next weekend or this weekend?
This weekend here.
This
This
It was
weekend.
this
yeah,
weekend.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know what you Brits celebrate, but we celebrate 4th of July. The
Yeah,
Canadians
we celebrate being rid of you.
I
Yeah,
heard a
exactly.
good one.
Yeah.
The UK, responsible for 58 Independence Days around the globe.
Yeah, that's what what's her face Jay the Deep Mind to put that on there.
Yes,
That was
Really?
yes. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And also
You're welcome.
what was it that you? I thought you guys also celebrated the powder run or the black powder run.
We don't celebrate much nowadays, to be honest. We
Yeah,
just
but
celebrate other people's ones.
yeah. We next week. Yesterday was Canada Day. On Tuesday, it's going to be 4th of July.
Mm.
And then
Well, happy
the
4th
8th
of July,
Bastille Day,
guys.
too.
Thanks.
Yes. Happy 4th of July to all you out there. Have
Yeah.
a safe one.
Joyeux
and-
Bastille Day. Oh,
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
French. Oh my goodness.
Until
Try
next time.
Try not to lose too many fingers, okay?
All right. Take
See
care,
you
guys.
later, alligator.
All right.
Sayonara.
Bye. Oh, he signed out.
Oh, it's still live. All right. I gotta pee. So I'll see you guys later.
I
Bye.
got to shower and
Bye.
shave. Bye.
Bye. See you later, everyone.